Caution.
All right, let's get into WWF SmackDown from January 24th, 2002.
Hell yeah. This was a sweet time in SmackDown. I feel like this, I don't know if you can pinpoint this as like when SmackDown was like really ramping up because it's like Brock's there, everything's getting sweet. But I vividly remember the end promo of this show, the 14 promos before it, not so much. Don't really remember that one.
So we start the actual show with a cold open. Flair beat Vince at the Royal Rumble. Vince said, if I lost at the Royal Rumble, then you lost at the Royal Rumble. And matter of fact, all the WWF superstars lost at the Royal Rumble, and all the fans lost at the Royal Rumble too.
This video is edited so weird that like
What
Vince
the fuck
is slowly getting more and more red, and he's talking slow, and it's just a shot of his face, and it's just full red screen. He says, "You lost too. I'm gonna do something that even I'm going to regret," and it's just so fucking weird.
Before that, they do the recap of the match at the Royal Rumble, and their faces turn gray. They like start out red, and then they turn gray. Yeah, but they still show the blood, and then they just turn to gray.
Well, then that's
it's like
sense,
bloody and then gray, and then bloody and gray. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon in this cold open. You gonna make me act up. You gonna make me do something I'm gonna regret.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
You'll
right
see.
now.
You'll see. Then we hit the intro. The beautiful people.
The beautiful people. Yeah.
Dude, underrated spot of this intro is the Kurt Angle belly to belly on Shane through the glass.
Dude,
through
that's
the
so
glass
good.
SmackDown
So
logo
good.
is so awesome. Fuck.
Oh, it's really
Yeah,
good.
whoever made that executive decision to put that clip right there at that exact time should be in the Hall of Fame.
Dude, abso-fucking-lutely. That shit's awesome.
It's like it's the biggest part of that whole thing for me.
Yeah, I can't believe they made SmackDown Shut Your Mouth a TV show. That's awesome.
That's so sweet.
They show the crowd, of course, and going through all the signs. The only sign that I really noticed was one sign that said, Dennis eats boggers.
He was holding that up with pride, too.
It's boggers, yes.
Poggers?
No, boggers. Not boogers, not
You got any
poggers.
boggers in the chat,
Boggers. Also, something little cursed that I noticed in this intro was they're showing the match graphics, and they're obviously the motion graphics. I was like, oh, that's cool. But it's a completely black background behind them.
Yeah, what was that?
There's no graphics on. There's no graphics on it.
Is that how it always was? It's really.
I don't
cursed.
think so. I remember like blue shit and all, like, right?
I actually don't know now.
Did they
thinking twice about it.
I'm wondering, did they? No, I was gonna say, did they chroma key him because WWF logo? But they didn't, because the WWF logo is still all over this show. So
I think this was just early versions of
graphics,
that, and
yeah.
they just didn't have
maybe.
anything behind it. But it just looked weird, just pure black.
I mean, when
Like,
they do the little,
why
they do the
bother?
little box at the bottom of the screen looked fine. You know, with the black.
Yeah,
it
that
looked
was
all right.
fine. Yeah, it's just
But then when they
the
full
match
screen
graphic
it,
was
it
odd.
weird,
Yeah.
So we start off the show, Rob Van Dam versus William Regal.
No pyro RVD, son of a bitch.
William Regal came out of a shower at the top of this show.
No, hold on, now let's get by that. Come on now.
Hold on, I'm gonna let you
All
try
right,
it one
so
more
Rob
time.
Van Dam versus William Regal. William Regal, the Intercontinental Champion currently.
Yes.
William Regal knocked out Rob Van Dam and Edge with the Knuckle Dusters a few weeks back.
Yes.
Then last week on Raw, Edge used the Knuckle Dusters on Regal, but the ref called for the bell because Edge is bad at cheating.
Edge hit him with it and kept it on his hand while he went for a pin. Dumbass.
Edge then bumps a bunch of refs. Yeah, we just
And then
went
they go
over
on
this.
strike.
We're gonna have another strike.
He's like throwing him around. He spears Charles Robinson and another guy. They're just dumping them all. Like, what the hell?
So we start the matchup. RVD dives on Regal on the outside,
House show dive at immediately.
Immediately,
Regal's still
yeah,
wearing
yeah.
his belt.
and then RVD hits the RVD kick off the top.
RVD does all of his moves and wins.
In a second.
That's
In-
all you gotta
immediately.
say.
Every RVD move you can think of, other than like maybe like the Van Terminator or something.
Well,
Van
hit the
Cushionator, Van
classics.
Crushionator, Van.
He did so much here in so little time, and then Regal lost. So
Yeah.
frog splash off the top.
And it's
RVD
over.
wins. It's non-title, and the champion just got his ass kicked royally.
Like, I don't know if Regal did one move. RVD just hit all the classics, hit the 5-star, and we're out of here. We're out of time. Sorry, gotta go.
Intercontinental champion William Regal got his ass kicked, and then Edge said, "How about I kick your ass too?"
Edge comes in from the crowd and spears Regal. Michael Cole says, he's not even supposed to be here tonight.
Edge is supposed to be here.
Security chases him out as Edge's music plays.
Yeah, mighty ring.
Michael Cole says, that was vigilante justice. What?
Edge used the knuckle dusters last week, by the way, and then killed all the refs. That was justice. How?
Yeah, vigilante justice.
Edge is also a cheating bastard. So I don't know, man. Whatever.
Yeah, mighty ring.
That fucking Edge is goated, bro.
That's awesome, man.
We go backstage to the very
Christ.
first time we see Vince
Christ.
McMahon. He is talking to himself in the mirror.
Holding a
No,
cup.
hold on a second. We don't know who he's talking to.
Oh, that's what they try to make you.
They
That's
tried to make you believe that he was
that he's
talking to somebody
someone.
else.
Yeah.
But I fucking knew he was looking in a mirror from the moment I saw it
Yes.
the first time ever.
I'm
How
pretty sure
else would we see him?
like it's how is it? It's a behind shot of his face
Shows his shoulder. So it's supposed to be like he's looking at
at the camera.
Oh my God, it's an Ultimate Warrior in a mirror.
It's supposed to be he's looking at a camera, but he's very obviously it's a shot from behind. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I never
yeah.
once thought until I watched this back that he's supposed to be talking to somebody else.
he's also holding a cup. Sometimes sometimes he doesn't hold it though. Later on, it's hit or miss.
Yeah, he starts off with a cup of Gastro GTX Drive Hard. And as
Later
the
he
night
has
progresses,
gasoline, freaking gasoline.
fuels have started just fucking with his brain because he loses his mind as the night goes on.
It gets worse. Yeah, it's,
Vince is telling himself that the people think he doesn't have the guts to do the thing that even he will regret. He said, I'm going to do it.
I thought he was talking to himself, not the people.
Well, he says, I
He's
know what
telling
you're thinking.
himself that the people
Yes.
don't think that
I
he don't
see.
have that he
You're
doesn't have the
thinking I don't
guts.
have the
This is
guts.
very confusing.
Ain't that, yeah,
They
there's layers
want
to
to make
this.
it out that he's talking to somebody else. I know what you're thinking. You're wrong.
Yeah.
You're thinking.
You're thinking I don't have the guts to do what I said I was going to do on Monday night.
You don't think that I have the guts you don't think, and I don't also think.
If
You
actually
actually
think,
think.
if you actually think that I don't have guts, you're the wrong
Pork chop
guy.
sandwiches.
He says,
Basically this. And I
it is. It actually is. You're
directed-
right. You're right. He says, you're wrong. I don't have any alternative. Tonight, I have to do something that even I will regret. I'll book William Regal to get his ass whooped. Wow.
They showed Halo Combat Evolve. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Halo, when I think of Halo, I also think of Rikishi Stink facing the boss man.
You damn right.
Face full of ass when I think of Halo.
Big Boss Man in 2002 wrestling for the WWF.
It feels weird, doesn't it?
Yes. We have Rikishi versus Big Boss Man up next with Jacqueline as the ref.
Yeah. So Jacqueline got her referee. She applied for a referee's license and got it. I don't know.
That exists in 2002.
I don't know what you go for. Yeah, I don't know what you go through to get that. I'm not really positive here.
So Boss Man comes to the ring. Doesn't Boss Man bonk the stairs?
Fuck,
Oh,
man.
come on.
Dude,
you got one
not
job.
only doesn't he bonk the stairs, he doesn't even swing it around.
Oh, he doesn't spin the nights.
He doesn't
even
spin
spin
it.
Man.
No.
so I was
He's
like,
over
he's
this
losing. I was
shit.
like, he's losing.
No
not
wonder he
spinning
got
it.
sent to OVW after this.
Got
a
to
nice
remember
big-
how to do it in OVW. He's like trying to figure out the nightstick thing again.
he went to OVW to teach Bull Buchanan how to do it.
So Jackie ends up taking the nightstick. He's
me that.
pissed. He's not happy about that shit.
She only puts it on the apron though. She doesn't like throw it away. She just
Well,
puts it on the
she
apron.
just became a referee. She's still learning. So.
If you get your license, you should know. If you fucking get your license to drive a car, you better not drive a car. You don't hit 4 people on the way there.
You know, that's actually a good point.
There's also a nice big sign with a excellently drawn ass that says "Smell this."
I thought little shitty Johnny drew that, honestly. The first time I saw
actually
that, I
was
was like,
me.
was
Sorry, it
Johnny in
was
the
me.
crowd? Yeah.
It looked like, I don't know what it was, man. It was very square ass.
It was a
not
W.
good.
It was just a big dub.
This match purely exists for Michael Cole to talk about the Vince McMahon angle with King.
Yeah, we just needed time here. We didn't have enough time at the top. We had to talk about it here because
there's
RVD
a sign that
short.
says Rikishi dumped at my house.
That was also mine.
So they wrestle a pretty whatever match here. Rikishi does the raise the roof in this match, which had me dying laughing because he's like really like he was getting
He's going for it.
He's going and the crowd's really going crazy for it too.
Boss Man clothesline Rikishi, and Rikishi does the Rikishi bump, so that's good.
Oh yeah, still looks good.
Rikishi then hits the bonsai drop on Boss Man.
Oddly
for the
enough,
3.
before that, he does the earthquake, which I don't remember him doing. He hits the ropes and runs out and then leaps and then sits on them.
I just assumed he did do it before.
It seemed weird to me. This whole match is cursed, actually. This is all fucking wrong here. I think this is like Mandela effect. This actually
They
didn't
never
happen.
wanted to rebrand the bonsai drop to something else for Rikishi. They just wanted to keep calling it the bonsai drop.
Maybe he wanted that because
Keep it
shout
in
out to
sense.
Yokozuna.
It makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
But interesting.
I mean, his whole gimmick is I want a sluttier Yokozuna. That's not what it was. I don't know why sluttier was the word that I thought of.
We have a pre-tape. Stephanie McMahon wants Triple H to beat The Rock.
Wait, sorry, 1 second, because I can't. This scarred me.
Please, God,
the end of this
don't talk
match,
about the replay. Let's just go to the pre-tape,
bro.
Don't talk about the replay, bro.
Rikishi hits the bonsai drop, gets the win. Then they cut to a replay, and the replay, you know, when they cut to a replay, sometimes it'll sit like before it starts playing, so it's on a still image of for 5 whole seconds of Rikishi's asshole and balls.
So I saw this replay, and I went to take a picture for Twitter.
I didn't even take one. I was so disgusted.
I started to take the picture, and I literally just pressed escape. I said, "What am I doing?"
I definitely did the same thing, and I felt it was too much.
What am I doing with my life?
Dude, it's just a shot. The only thing in the frame is his big ass and his balls, man.
See some gooch action over there, man.
It sucks. What the? This is a taped show. Why are you delaying the replay?
Way up his ass. It's rough.
Dude, it's fucking horrifying, man.
Yeah, it's
God
rough.
damn it, shit ruined the rest of the show for me. Fucking asshole and balls on
like
Rikishi.
I haven't done that in a while where I was like, what am I doing? That was like that was the moment. So I can only imagine the editors editing that on the show, just like, yeah,
They probably thought it was hilarious. That's why they kept
probably.
it.
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that
No,
had
it's
to be
fine.
known. That had to be known.
So we had a pre-tape. Stephanie McMahon wants Triple H to beat The Rock. Triple H is 100% over Stephanie at this point.
He is so ready to not be a main eventer.
So Steph is like, but what about The Rock? What about The Rock? What about The Rock? Triple H said, shut up! Shut up about The Rock!
The world doesn't revolve around you. Shut up, bitch.
Yeah, this was from last Monday. So this is from
Yes.
this is what they aired on last Monday.
But like, yeah, she's telling Triple H to go in the Rock's locker room and kick his ass, and whatever I say, you do, and that's awesome. And he's like, please shut the fuck up.
Can we please talk about something else for once in your life?
Yeah, man. Talk about The Rock and your dad.
about
I'm sick
Lemmy.
of it. Talk about Sean. Where's Sean?
I'm supposed to be doing this angle stuff, all right? Where we're
I'm a
bringing everybody
renegade,
in.
Stephanie.
I'm renegading. So we have a backstage segment. Lillian meets with Stephanie at the coffee table backstage.
Hey, how's it going?
Lillian said, Steph, you can come on my podcast and we'll talk about the problems with Triple H if you want.
Yeah, I can ruin your fucking marriage if you want.
Steph said, me and Triple H are fine. Everything is fine.
Lillian says, I'm surprised you're here tonight. Are you? Are you surprised? Yeah. She says, Steph says, oh, why is that? Lillian says, oh, because of what happened, and I'm here for you. And Steph says, Hunter and I don't have any problems, and my only problem is you, bitch. And she throws coffee on her.
Oh my God.
And what? And not only that, she throws coffee on her and then does not get any more coffee. Why were you getting coffee in the first place? You're just wasting resources.
She threw it on
bullshit.
Lillian. She falls off screen. Ah!
Lillian has 17-degree burns and no one's concerned about it. There's people in the window next to this that are not paying attention to what's going on here.
The cuts to Michael Cole in college. He says, "What a bitch."
Michael Cole had his frosted tips and his yellow shirt.
Baseball
like
jersey.
a Tommy Hilfiger WWF boot fucking leg
It was a
t-shirt.
WWF New York shirt.
So Taz and Spike Dudley versus Scotty 2 Hotty and the Hip Hop Hippo Albert is up next.
Please say that again.
Taz and Spike Dudley versus Scotty 2 Hotty and the Hip Hop Hippo Albert are up next.
Not only that, it is for the WWF Tag Team titles.
Taz and Spike are the current tag champs right now. Spike goes down the ramp with a neck brace on and this smile on his face. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I thought you'd be more excited that you can meet Stacy Keibler at 10 a.m. at the Bradley Center for No Way Out tickets.
First off, you damn right. Second off, I'm going right now.
You there? You already there?
I brought my mic and my setup.
Duchess of Dudleyville, right?
Hip Hop
Oh,
Hippo
man.
Albert is
The
sweet.
Hip Hop Hippo Albert, yeah.
I like it.
Taz in his boiler outfit.
Fuck this outfit.
Yeah. I mean, it's made even worse because he's got this like horrible, like pressed on gimmick on the back of the outfit too.
Yeah.
It's almost like shining.
Looks so
It's rough,
shitty.
man.
You know his legs are still gigantic here, and he's covering them up. It's pissing me off.
So we can meet Stacy Keibler if we want to at the Bradley Center. That's pretty fucking
Yeah, that's
sweet.
at 10 a.m., bro. That's when I go to sleep.
Yeah. So, well, I could stay up a little longer for Stacy Keibler.
For No Way Out tickets, I don't know, man. I don't remember that show being that
I
good.
don't care about No Way Out. I thought we
Oh,
could
okay.
I gotta go to the actual show.
I think you
I
gotta
wanna go there.
Yeah, I think you can't just go and meet her. I think you're there to buy tickets and then you can
This
meet her.
sucks. Okay,
Yeah, bro.
wow, what the
It's
fuck?
Kavaz.
man?
Yeah.
I'll figure out a way.
Before the match, Scotty puts his hat on Albert, so Albert is wearing a headband and Scotty's hat.
Nice.
So we get into the match. Spike goes for headbutt cheese on Albert. Albert doesn't flinch, and Spike forgets he's wearing a neck brace.
Albert starts kicking his ass. Taz hit a suplex on Scotty, and then Spike tagged in, and Taz looked at him and said, "What the fuck, brother?"
Whatever, bro. Just get this match over with, for the love of God. Albert does a giant swing on Spike.
Dude, this is an all-timer giant swing.
Oh,
This
so
is
good.
awesome.
Why isn't anyone wrongly counting in the audience?
Well,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
In 2002, we didn't know how to count.
Yeah, that's true.
He's swanged him. He
Swinger.
swanged him for like
Swinged.
fucking, I don't know. It felt like a whole minute. It was awesome though.
Yeah, it was. And it honestly turned out really well. The camera wasn't going like...
Yeah, it didn't make me
Oh,
sick. It's weird.
fuck, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Taz hits a head and arm Tazplex on Spike, and Albert interferes. Scotty hits the worm, but Spike pulls him out of the ring before the 3.
Do you like the 2-man worm?
I love that. Yeah, his idea of like helping with the worm was like doing YMCA with the worm.
I will spell out the worm with letters just so you all know. You
And I was
can't
like,
read
what?
though.
Was that a fucking taunt in a video game? I swear that taunt was in a
It
video
might have
game.
been. I think it may have been. Yeah.
What are you talking
For
about?
some
Hip Hop
reason-
Hippo?
Yeah.
The WRM taunt that he did. The hip
I
hop.
want to
don't
say
know.
it was.
Because I swear
not
that
sure.
was in a video game or like a mod of it. I swear I saw that before, but dude, it was,
Yeah, I think you're right. Also, Taz went for the ― on Scotty, but Albert attacked them from behind. Very upsetting. But I got my redemption
It's all good.
later on.
Yeah.
It gets
Albert
better.
tosses Spike across the ring, tries to railroad him in the corner, but Spike hits the Dudley Dog. Taz then gets the Taz mission on Scotty, pulls his ass over the ropes and says, "Good."
Scotty is on the apron getting ―. He just drags him over into the middle of the ring, and Scotty taps out, and Taz and Spike retain.
So we go backstage after this. Triple H is sitting on a couch contemplating about how PWG is running shows again at NXT. Stephanie, very excited how she fucked up Lillian earlier with
Yeah,
the coffee.
I
Did
just
you see the thing I
burned
did
her.
with the, oh my God, I did the thing. Did you see that? And then Triple H says, I don't care. I don't care.
Please leave me alone.
I don't care.
And Stephanie says, "You aren't shit without me, and you may love this business. My family is this business."
Oh.
And then Triple H says, "Yeah, well, your dad."
You're
an
This
asshole.
asshole.
Yeah. Triple H says, "After everything your father has done to you, you're proud to be a McMahon." Says, "This is the same guy that when I got hurt, he said I was like a racehorse with a broken leg. Send him to the glue factory, get another one."
He's a hurt horse, huh? Okay.
Steph says, "I'm proud of who I am, and you married me for my last name." And Triple H says, "Nah, not me,
Come
bro.
on, man. That won't
Come
be.
on." He said, "I married you in spite of your last name. The McMahon name has done nothing for me." And Stephanie's eyes could have fucking bounced out of her head.
It actually was about to turn into, they had to retake this like 4 times. It's about to turn into a shoot. Oh, really, Paul? Really, Paul?
He hit the line and everyone would start laughing, so they had to keep doing it. Triple H says, your father never thought I was good enough for you. And Stephanie says, maybe he was right. And then Triple H gets up, storms out, and he slowly comes back. He's got hit his line. He says, yeah, well, maybe everyone else was right about you. And the crowd chants,
just the name of the
game. This was weird. Like, I don't know what's going on here. This angle sucks.
So we go backstage. The Rock is with Jonathan Coachman. God, The Rock really went off here.
Rock is just very The Rock here. This is the infamous Coach Charleston segment.
Yes, it is. I didn't know until I saw it.
I can't even do it justice, really.
The Rock starts talking about the Royal Rumble, obviously, but Coachman already fucking knows what's about to happen. He knows if he's in an interview with The Rock, we're not actually talking about the Rumble. Yeah. So Coachman looks onto the right because he is just over it already.
He's already smirking.
What in the blue hell are you doing?
Yeah, what is your bitch ass problem?
So we got something else to do, Coachman. He said, you going to dance after the show? And then The Rock gets the biggest pop of the night so far. Why don't you do the, what do they call that? The Charleston.
The Charleston. He looks at the camera. Now that's The Rock.
Like Charleston.
He's like, yeah, why don't you dance Charleston? Coach said, come on, Rock. And Rock says, oh, come on, Rock. I did dance. Oh, shit. Rock says, would you all like to see Coach dance the Charleston? Woo! Woo! Rock says, they believe in you. I believe in you. And the coach starts doing it. What a dumbass.
Coach is getting it.
He was getting it. Turn the other way.
Yeah, let me see that ass. Turn around for me.
Yeah, face the camera. Yeah. Bend over. Get your monkey ass out of The Rock's camera. He kicks him in the ass.
Sick freak. This is awesome.
You freak.
Yeah, The Rock was... wow, man, he was so far deep into like his.
He
bits.
legit could have said anything here, and it would have been the most over segment on the show.
You're right.
The Rock was the Bitman, man. Like
he was the Bitman. Yeah.
So The Rock says Maven eliminated Undertaker. Yeah. And then Ric Flair made Vince tap faster than Shirley Temple on an ice cream sandwich.
So I went back 3 times to figure out what the fuck he said. I wrote it down. And as I read this right now,
write down? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I first saw he said, but as I look at it right now, I still do not have a single fucking idea what that fucking means.
So he's definitely, because this is like actually one of the lines from The Rock that I remember the most. I'm not
saying What does that mean?
Ice cream sandwich.
What the fuck does that mean, though?
He had to have used this bit more than once, right?
I'm sure he did. Yeah.
There's no way he didn't say ice cream sandwich.
I remember Sweet Jesus on an ice cream sandwich. He's definitely done on an ice cream sandwich before.
Okay, good. Because for some reason I remember that quite a bit.
Ice cream sandwich.
Ice cream sandwich.
I'm so confused. He just says stuff. He's this big meme guy. He just says what the fuck he wants. He was LOL random before LOL random was a thing.
He's popping the boys. There's somebody back there. He's trying to pop them. That's like us
Sweet
doing the
Jesus
podcast.
On an ice cream sandwich. I remember that.
He probably had one line. They probably do a rib. You know, like, okay,
maybe
you got to get this one line in your promo.
Well, right after this.
I don't want to do the Charleston, man. You're going to do the goddamn Charleston, or you're going to eat an ice cream sandwich.
Rock ice cream? Was that a WWE New York?
The Rock hamburger?
That was the dessert, Rock ice cream after your DDP hamburger.
Oh, that's awesome. The Rock ice cream sandwich. I like that. That's sick. So,
what is Shirley Temple on an ice cream sandwich, though? And what does it mean, tap faster? No, it doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
I kept looking for Shirley Temple on an ice cream. I even Googled it. I could not find shit about this ice cream.
Faster then. Also, like,
The Rock was. You couldn't fucking promo with this guy. How do you promo this guy?
He was just.
Oh
dude,
my
he ruined
God.
Billy Gunn's career. My name's Billy.
The Rock promises that this will be The Rock's WrestleMania.
He also says, Kurt Angle, you get ready to roll. If you smell, get ready to roll.
Yeah, you get ready to roll.
He's like, you get ready to roll. You get ready to roll.
If you smell, what the fuck? What the rock?
Start choking on something.
I don't remember that happening.
If you
Coach in a constant state of existential crisis every time he has to do something with The Rock.
Dude, Rock made him dance and kicked him in his ass.
I don't want to do it. So we go to a backstage segment. Sharmell comes up and asks Triple H if he is okay.
Why is Triple H standing like that?
He's so sad.
He's so sexy, bro. He's got one hand on the wall, one hand on his hip. He's got his ass out. This is awesome.
And then Christian walks by with his European Championship.
Dickie shirt.
Awesome. This Christian is crazy.
If this Christian shows up at All Out, all is forgiven.
Long sleeve shirt, short sleeve shirt Christian here, just out of control.
European title, long blonde hair, Dickie shirt, black cargo pants. This shit's great.
He's probably 135 pounds here, too.
Yeah.
Christian walks by with his European Championship. Goes, oh, hey, Hunter. You know, we've all been there. That wife of yours got some temper, huh? He walks away.
You motherfucker!
Grabs Christian and beats the dog shit out of him.
It would not surprise me if Triple H said, hey, can you put a segment where I just whoop Christian's ass for 3 minutes? Because that's what it felt like. He beats the shit out of him, too.
Why the European champion? Why'd you have to beat up the European champion?
There's no comeuppance. Like, Christian's not on the rest of the show. Like,
Christian's not going to beat Triple H in a singles.
No, but like they could like Christian challenge him at least, like have a match. Like nothing comes of this, I don't think.
No, fuck the European champion.
A bunch of pipes fall over, and Triple H then throws a box of shit on the floor as he's walking away.
All right, so we go to another backstage segment. Vince McMahon is still talking to himself backstage.
No, he's talking to the people, the millions.
He's got coffee now. He's got coffee.
More says, GTX.
Face the facts. They're hard.
Bro, this is not a human being here.
They're cold. No. The facts are cruel. And the facts are, ever since the Rumble, Flair has assumed the position of leadership in the WWF. Under Flair's leadership, the WWF has terminal cancer. Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
What's he saying? Oh, yeah.
Terminal cancer.
He just came up with that line on the flight. So, oh, yeah.
I really like that one, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Keep this
Under Flair's leadership, the WWF is going to slowly die. He says it like that. You want to die. You know what you have to do, don't you? You can do it. That's the end of the promo.
You get a puke? You get a puke, huh?
Weird,
this is not a human. This is an animatronic.
He goes,
this is actually
animatronic.
Yeah, it's Robo stuffed Vince.
He says, come on, you can do it.
Dude, later,
like
he definitely
smile
is
at the end.
devolving as a human being by the end of this show. He turns into a fucking actual animal.
Turns out you should not drink Castro GTX Drive Hard.
Well, what about Stacker 2?
That's okay. And speaking of, the Stacker 2 burn of the week.
With
the world's strongest fat
Gabagools.
burner.
Taz and the Gabagools.
The Gabagoo.
It was Maven eliminating Taker from the Rumble, by the way, and then Taker hitting him in the fucking head with a chair.
I can't believe this shit. Well, I guess I could believe it.
Yeah, back then it was fine.
So we go to Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Booker T.
What? This is a #1 contendership qualifying match. So it's not for the #1 contendership. It's a match to determine if you'll wrestle a match to be #1 contender.
It's a #1 contender's #1 contender.
It's an NWA women's title eliminator with 4 people.
The winner goes to Raw.
We'll get there later. Yeah. There's a sign that says "Stop saying what." Yeah. Good luck, champ.
Booker T in the red trunks. Steve Austin with the gold print vest and double knee braces.
I love it. Was this dubbed? Is he using Disturbed at this point?
I actually don't know what he was using at this point.
I feel like he
not
was.
Disturbed.
I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I'm not sure.
I couldn't believe that we actually get to see a Steve Austin singles match on a weekly show.
This was a like solid, long back and forth match too. Like this was just like they just had a match. There was no bullshit.
Yeah, Booker and Austin had awesome chemistry together.
Yeah, Booker actually was on top for most of this too.
Yeah, like you said, this is not only James, is it a weekly match, it's a SmackDown match.
Yeah. We like genuinely have watched, I don't even know, 50 something it feels like retro. It's probably not that many, but it's a lot.
Yeah, there's not many with just straight up Austin matches, are there?
I can't. I actually don't even remember if we watched one with a single.
Not a
Steve
singles.
Austin match.
Not a singles.
I think he
no,
comes
maybe a
out
tag.
and stuns somebody and they win the title. That's how every Raw ends.
Yeah,
He's
or
usually like
he does
teaming with Taker or Triple H or The Rock. Like it's never a singles.
tag
I don't
matches.
think.
Yeah, they're usually tags.
Yeah, like seeing just like it's crazy because you could probably count on one hand how many singles matches he had on TV ever in his entire run.
Yeah, that's true. He was always just coming out and stunnering somebody, kind of promo.
Yeah, so this was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Steve Austin does a drop down spot, which was funny as hell to me for some reason. And then he hits a spine buster on Booker. Steve goes for the 10 punch in the corner. Booker stops him, hits a leg lariat. Look really good there. Booker actually stays on top for probably like 5 or 6 minutes.
Well, Booker looks great here too. He's in great shape. I love the red gear. That's like my favorite Booker gear.
Yeah, the stuff. He actually, he's pretty over too. So
yeah, well, I think we're gonna bury him after this.
Triple H said, I have an idea.
I am renegading.
So Booker tries to put his butt cheeks on Steve Austin's leg or his knee, better said.
Yes.
But he hits his butt off the mat, and now they run into each other, and we have a double down. Steve Austin gets up, hits the Thez press, stomps a mud hole into Booker's ass in the corner. Every time he kicks, the crowd goes, "What? What? What?"
It's so over, man.
Yeah, and then the one side of the crowd, he keeps like pushing it up. Stop saying what? Stop
Please
saying
stop.
what?
Please stop.
He was ahead of his time. Booker then hits a flapjack, then does a spin-a-rooney, and then kicks him for a 2.
He did do that.
What a
it was
sick combo.
It was starting on his back spin-a-rooney too, I think, which was sweet.
It was one of them rare spin-a-roonies.
Yeah.
Collect. Booker then hits the axe kick and only gets a 2 here. Booker then, I guess, gives up and then tries to go for the Stone Cold
He's not
Stunner.
gonna do your move.
Also, what? And then he hits him with the stunner. And Booker's sell here was top tier.
Booker gets hit with the stunner. He's like, he's just at an angle, slowly falling down. And Austin's like, get the fuck. He shoves him down and pins him. It was great. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was basically floating in the air. It looked really good here. He like got
cool.
stunned back to his feet. He turned around and then like slow fell. It's good. Booker
and Austin
Booker's
pushed him
work
down
right here was crazy. 8 weeks until WrestleMania 18.
You ever
That's
played the
cool.
WrestleMania 18 video game?
I thought it was WrestleMania 19. I don't know if I played 18.
18 was the first GameCube game, actually. And it sucks.
Does it really?
It is like so. Yeah, it's like I don't even know if I can call it I don't even know if I can call it a beta for WrestleMania 19 because it doesn't even feel like the same game. Like the controls are weird. There's like I feel like the finishers were like not a button combo, but I remember it being like kind of complicated. Like even picking up weapons was a pain in the ass. Yeah, like it just was not. It was not fun,
Oh, I
man.
see it. The graphics don't look bad.
No, I mean no. Visually, but like everything, it just WrestleMania 19 like makes that game look like the biggest piece of shit ever.
Yeah.
Really. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I think it does have a story mode though.
Yeah, it has a Path of Champions or something.
Yeah,
right?
so I mean, if you're looking for a little shitty content.
Backstage segment, Sharmell is with Ric Flair.
They call her Sharmell too. Like, are we the viewers supposed to already know Sharmell from WCW? Do they think that?
No,
I actually
she's
don't
just
know. I just think
she's just
they
a
were saying
backstage
whatever.
interviewer. She's just
Okay,
like,
because
here's
Triple H
Sharmell.
even named her during the opening or during the earlier thing. Not now, Sharmell. Get the fuck
Yeah,
out.
Yeah, we
she
don't-
really did.
Yeah.
We don't really know her at this point in WWE, and except for
We
a
don't know her
backstage
with
interview.
that she's. I'm guessing she's with Booker at this point, right?
We don't know that though. Yeah, I don't.
I guess
think
not now.
They were never on screen
Yeah,
together.
but she's interviewing the Nature Boy.
Woo!
Sharmell asked Rick if he knows anything about Vince being a fucking weirdo tonight.
I got no idea.
Wait. So Vince is in this arena that we're at now.
This is in real time. Yes, what he's doing is in real time.
So no one was just like,
What
maybe we
room
should
is he
check on
in?
this guy? He's posting.
His daughter is there. His son-in-law is there. No one is checking on him.
Vince is sitting in a room with a cup going, I'm gonna kill this company. And everyone's like, yeah, that's just Vince.
That's our boss.
Who's in there with the camera, and and when do they decide to show him? Like, is
He
this
actually set it up on a tripod, and that's why he's talking into a mirror.
He's got a little remote in his hand.
Oh, I see.
That's awesome.
Fair enough.
The remote's actually in the cup. That's awesome.
Oh, it's
that
a
makes
remote
sense.
cup. I see.
Yeah,
You press a
that's
little
why
button on it.
it's
Ah, okay.
So Flair says he owns 50% of the greatest sports entertainment company in the world.
he lays that on so thick that I cannot even slightly believe he means it.
How weird is that? hearing
It felt
Flair
wrong.
say sports entertainment. I am the 50%.
He says the greatest sports entertainment. He says it multiple times too. He says this is the best company ever. I love this fucking place. I love working here. Please don't fire me. I love it here. Yeah, I love it. Keep paying me. Goddamn, keep paying me, please.
Ric Flair says, Charmel, also please call me Rick.
Yeah. He said this company's getting bigger and better every day, and I own 50% of it, and you're really fucking hot, and life is good.
They call me Rick. And then he starts dancing with Charmel. And he just starts going off and dancing. Woo! Oh yeah, this is the greatest. Woo! We go and get it. Woo! And he walks out and he goes, and you can always call me Rick. Dick,
Thank you.
the Rick
No.
Johnson.
Thank you, Rick.
And you can always call me Rick. Woo! Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Please fuck me. Fuck me.
Kane
please.
and Big Show versus the Dudley Boys.
With Stacy. Tag
Yes,
team
of course.
tables match. This is Kane with the titties out too. He's got the see-through titty gear. Big Show with the big onesie on.
Yeah, he drops his straps early.
Big, yo, yes. Yeah. This is. Why is this happening again?
Okay, so the angle here is that Kane is very dumb and Big Show also not very smart. So
Great.
the Dudleys are just kind of there to make sure Kane and Big Show
Look
get to that
stupid.
singles match. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
I know they started the match. Dudley set up a table on the outside and then get jumped by Kane and Big Show. The Dudleys hit the Deadlock Death Drop in the ring, though. That was cool.
That
I
was
like
sick.
that.
True.
Shout out.
Yeah. Show pulls down the straps, goes to double chokeslam the Dudleys through a table, which double chokeslam as in he chokeslams both of them, not with Kane. The Dudleys fend off, go for a double flapjack through the table, but Kane moves the table. Kane's going to the top rope, and Big Show says, all right, I'm going to hit the ropes. And crotches Kane on the top rope. Just, what the fuck?
Oops.
Big Show goes to chokeslam Devon through the table, but Bubba moves it. Show whips Bubba into the ropes where Kane is standing. Kane dives off the apron, stomach first through a table. That shit looked crazy. Whoops. Kane just wrong place, wrong time. So the Dudleys win because Kane put himself through a table. Kane gets up. I love Kane. He stands up, fixes the elbow pad, and then gets in the ring. Gotta fix the elbow pad.
Kane just wants to fucking wrestle, man, and Big Show's being a big bitch. I don't know what's up with this guy.
He gets in Big Show's face. They're talking a bunch of shit. Bunch of referees in there, and then Kane says, "You know what? I'm gonna end my fucking career real quick." Kane goes to do the backflip over the top rope to the floor, and he nearly just kills himself on the table he just went through.
Impaled. He almost gets impaled by
He almost
it.
dies. What the fuck?
That's rough.
He's like, whoa, all right.
Big
Yeah,
ski moment.
I was surprised there wasn't like a big brawl or something. Like I thought they were
gotta
gonna start
save
brawling.
it, brother.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. Big Show was like, "Fuck off." Kane was like, "I win, I win, let's party."
Party. The Rock rules.
The Rock did it that time too.
Yeah, he did.
You can't fucking get in this dude's face. You just
No,
can't.
man. Embarrass you.
We go to a backstage segment. Vince McMahon now.
God damn it.
4 cups deep.
He's got
Castro
another cup.
GTX.
Yeah. He's
Totally
got the
Castro.
cup.
He is 80% complete with his transformation.
He's getting more and more red as well.
I don't know if you guys do this, but somebody gave terminal cancer to the WWF.
You have to understand, this is my life. This is what I built. Nobody helped me. I did it all on my own. Someone gave cancer to the WWF. And he starts crying.
He's bawling.
And he sucks it out. He says, okay, get over yourself.
Rick, fucking leave, dude.
He's going to kill you, Rick. Ricky's going to kill you for real.
Rick, fucking leave.
Vince says, God, it's just too damn bad. Dude, yeah, anything. Like, if you're in this building and you see this on the monitor, wouldn't you just run for the fucking hills, bro?
Ric Flair saw this and said, and you can always call me Rick.
Ric Flair's too busy trying to get pussy to realize that he's about to die.
Let's go. The bitch is like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah,
fucking
Vince is
die.
in there crying. And then The Rock opens up the door.
Caca on you, baby.
Vince says,
Oh, you made it? Oh, it's your creation?
okay, dude.
Oh, it's your creation. Yeah, it's your creation. Get the hell out of my camera, jackass.
Dude, these are not human emotions on display. I don't know what
cries
this is.
and then he starts coming at the same time right after.
Vince was what?
the coming's later, I think. The coming's later.
I thought he cried and cummed at the same time.
No, not yet.
But you might have, because then he just fell asleep.
Vince is definitely trying to get like some kind of Emmy or something here. He's trying. This is a performance of a lifetime for this man.
Yeah.
Vince goes, it's just too damn bad, and then he goes. It's like his robot shit turned off.
Lose power.
They're still on commentary. They're still on commentary saying, "Who's Vince talking to?"
Who is he talking to? You, bitch. He's talking to you.
We get a pre-tape. Goldust. He says, "I got some warm memories, some toasted warm memories."
I'm gonna make a movie. Okay, I'm gonna make a movie.
Goldust says change is not his plan, but he does have a plan for an audience of one.
That's all for him.
Backstage segment, Billy and Chuck were watching Goldust on the monitor.
Yeah.
Man, that guy's weird.
Yeah, a little freak.
Billy and Chuck do a special handshake, and then Billy slaps Chuck's ass. Crowd popped huge for the ass slap.
I think Chuck was like, yeah, look at your gear. All this cool red stuff, and the chicks dig us too. And they do a handshake, and Billy slaps his ass. All right, cool.
Crowd goes, yeah, hell yeah. These guys being dudes.
Do it again. Do it again.
What's better than that, man? Backstage segment, Kurt Angle with Coachman.
Oh, no.
Coachman asks about The Rock. The crowd.
Weren't you just dancing?
Starts chanting, what?
What? They won't, dude. It is like unbelievably. This is what pilled out of control here.
Kurt Angle goes, I have won a lot of gold medals.
What?
I've won many titles.
What?
Can you guys please stop saying what?
What?
They go, what? And he goes, you know what, man? This word is ruining my life. What?
He says, say one more time and I'm out of here. What? This interview's over.
I'm out of
here. Okay, see ya.
SmackDown is brought to you by Blockbuster, Xbox, and Clearasil.
That sounds like a Friday night for me.
That is targeted.
Yeah.
Pimply ass nerds go to Blockbuster and get your Xbox games. What are they trying to say about me?
Targeted advertising at its finest. Trish Stratus versus Jazz.
God bless.
Whoa.
Trish Stratus is the women's champion at this time.
Yeah, she gets her ass whooped this whole match.
Dude, I remember being young and thinking Jazz was the baddest motherfucker on the earth.
Yeah, and they could have easily had her be forever, but they decided no. I mean, here, though, this might be the best example of how they used her to make it look that way, because she just beats the fuck out of Trish this whole match.
Trish tries to fight back a few times. She always threw the weirdest looking forearms.
They were like exaggerated, right? She would like a little shimmy. I don't know if she liked The Rock, and I'm gonna throw forearms, but I'm gonna do the Rock thing.
She was super safe with them. She would like, you're supposed to make it look like it's a forearm, but she almost makes it look like she throws her, I don't even know, like her delt at you. It's real weird looking.
Yeah.
Jazz gets an armbar on Trish and doesn't let go, so the ref calls for the match. Jazz then hits the bitch clamp on her and then DDT'd her.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah, that's the bitch
That's
clamp.
awesome.
It is. I don't actually remember it. I think they only called it that a few times, but yeah.
I don't think they call it in the games. I don't know what her finisher might have been the Jazz Stinger in the games, like the X Factor.
It should be the bitch clamp.
Yeah, bitch clamp is cool.
Yeah, so beat her in the match. Trish never stood a chance, and then beat the shit out of her afterwards, too.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, cool. Backstage segment.
God damn it.
Vince, his evolution is complete.
Don't try to talk me out of this.
This dude's like Perfect Cell now, dude.
I'm resolved that this is what I have to do. Believe me, if there was any other way, I would do it. I know this is not logical. I know this is not normal, but it's something that has to be done.
This is not normal.
Yeah. When you care, like I care, if you care that much, you'll do it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I can feel it now. He starts making a weird monkey face. It's starting to feel good. It's feeling real good. And then the promo ends with Lawler saying, this is weird.
Okay. Yeah, it is.
He's coming Vince. Yeah. Yeah.
So WWF Overdrive of the Night. Jericho hits Kurt Angle with a ring bell by accident, meaning to hit The Rock. And then The Rock hits the rock bottom on Jericho and he beats him on Raw.
Very upset that you ignored that this was brought to you by Greyhound Bus.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You know what? I totally forgot it was Greyhound Bus because Overdrive of the Night was just a dog talking to me.
A dog in a shirt.
I didn't even put two and two together. At that point, I think I blacked out. I saw the dog talking to me, and then I saw Jericho with the ring bell.
Yeah, the ring bell, the Vince promo, and a dog talking to you in a shirt, working on fucking power tools. Yeah,
the car's exploding in the background. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have got the dog to work on the car. We get The Rock versus Kurt Angle. This is a number one contender match.
Yes, that's fucking exactly what it was. Jericho comes out here, red pants, a black and red vest, and the WCW and WWF titles. This guy couldn't have been any less over.
Yeah, sadly. It's because he doesn't have the Girltron anymore. He's got the ball.
I know, you're right.
He fucked it all up.
That's true. That's true.
See, it's so weird to say, like, because I don't even believe that. I thought Jericho was sweet. But, like,
Me too.
Shitty little Johnny was like, okay, this is a main event guy. He's got the belt. He beat
bought
everybody.
it completely. He was like one of my favorite dudes.
Dude, he had both the belts. He beat Austin and Rock. He beats everybody. Why is I believe
Dude,
it?
back then, checkerboard pants were super fucking in.
They were sweet,
like,
yeah.
Spinning
and
around with the belts and all
beard?
that. Yeah, that was all dope.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, him spinning around with the belts is like an iconic thing for me.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
I always love that entrance in the games.
So Rock and Angle get into the ring here. They fight it out a bit before Jericho gets involved on the outside and attacks The Rock. As Kurt Angle distracts the referee.
Jericho says that The Rock's new catchphrase is, "Why do I keep losing to Chris Jericho again and again and again?" But I don't think it's going to catch on.
And he also tries to get over Brahma Baby.
Brahma Baby. Yeah.
Brahma Baby.
He's
Brahma
about
Baby.
right.
Yeah, he's gonna whoop your fucking ass. Yeah. I always like Jericho calling him Mitchell Cole. That was fun.
The Rock throws Angle over the top rope, and Jericho goes, "That should have been a disqualification."
WCW rules, baby.
The Rock then flips Jericho over the announce table and starts whooping his ass. And then he throws Kurt Angle's into his nuts. Fuck you.
Jericho gets bumped on the announce table, and Rock just grabs Kurt by the head and slams him face first into Jericho's ball sack. That's pretty sweet. The Rock hits a spine buster and then locks in the world's worst sharpshooter. As he does.
Angle taps to this, but the ref is out, so he doesn't
Jericho
see
pulled
it.
the ref out.
Undertaker
what?
is here with gold chain.
Gold chain, bandana.
Son of a bitch. He chokeslams The Rock.
He almost lost him in the lights, too. He picked him up, he almost lost him.
Kurt Angle then covers The Rock and wins this match.
Son of a bitch. Kurt will now face Austin on Raw to see who faces Jericho at the pay-per-view, I think.
Mm-hmm. Backstage segment. Stone Cold is backstage with Coachman.
And he's in
Coachman
jorts.
Wants to know what Steve Austin thinks about Kurt Angle. Steve Austin says, "What? What? What? You remember what I said about Jed? What?" Kurt Angle then goes, "Stop saying what?"
Dude, this is like the worst sneak attack ever. Kurt Angle tries to sneak attack Austin from the front. What the fuck? He's staring at you.
Kurt Angle attacks him. They brawl backstage. Angle hits him in the head with a tray, locks in the ankle lock, looks at him while he has the ankle lock locked in. What?
Dude,
What?
Kurt Angle is cranking on the ankle like, what? The referees are trying to stop him. What? He's just flipping the fuck out. Tremendous.
That's great. We cut to the final segment of the evening. It cuts to Vince praying backstage.
The WWF is going to die.
I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but the WWF has terminal kids.
There's a Flair, Ric Flair, who I want to die. I want him to die.
His lines here, though, it's crazy. I only remember these lines. I don't.
This
really
is the one I remember
anything
the
else.
most. Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably replayed this 1,000 times.
This whole promo, I think, is in the games too. Like, it's the same way too. Like, it's multiple promos.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think we'll shut your mouth.
Yeah. The WWF has cancer because of Ric Flair. Flair's gonna kill it, and the kind of cancer Flair gave the WWF is the slow eating kind of cancer.
What the fuck, dude?
You look that up? Like, you Google it? Like, types of cancer. The slow eating one.
Imagine you go to the doctor, they're like, "Oh, you got cancer, bro. Oh, what kind of cancer is it?" The slow eating kind of
He
cancer.
says it like that, the slow. He said, "I'm not gonna let Ric Flair kill what I created.
You
Me."
can always call me Rick.
The WWF. He pops his head in. He's dancing with Charmel in the back of the promo. The WWF is mine. It's mine. I created. I'm not gonna let Ric Flair kill what I created because I'm going to kill what I created.
Dude, I honestly...
I'm gonna kill it, Tony.
I honestly fucking thought the first time I ever saw this was, I'm gonna kill Ric Flair.
You call me Rick.
You can always call me Rick. Woo! Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna kill my creation. I'm gonna inject the WWF with a lethal dose of poison. If anybody's gonna kill my creation, I'm gonna do it. Me. I wish this promo, if this happened, he like tries to spin around, but it doesn't spin. It's like locked.
He pulls
spinning in a circle.
It just won't.
He pulls the thing and the chair just sinks down.
Me and the N W. That says weird. And then he spins his chair around, and there is deodorant style NWO logo on the back of the chair.
Put the Old Spice up here, man. I got
Dude,
Irish
what is
Spring on the
this?
chair.
Is it like nail polish?
It's not spray paint. No.
Yeah, I don't think it's got to be something else, right? Is it nail polish or something? Like,
I actually don't know what it is, but it's so weird looking.
it's like, and it looks like HWO as well.
Yeah, I thought maybe they would spray paint it, but they didn't. And
No,
you
we
know
don't
what?
have-
In my head,
We don't
they
have
did
any spray
paint.
paint. Yeah, I thought so. I mean, you would think so, but maybe it's just, I don't know.
They
sloppy.
made it kind of look like spray paint, but it wasn't at all.
They
Yeah, that
tried
was
to get
actually
the
his
drip.
shoot chair.
Don't fuck up my chair.
They had
Don't
one
fuck it up.
chair. You imagine if it wasn't the NWO, me and the Renegades.
Me. And he turns around. It's HHH.
Yeah, on the chair.
He can wrestle on both shows when we were gonna have two
He's going
brands.
around. I want to kill it by giving you more Triple H.
No.
It's Monday, Thursday, Sunday. It's game time.
That's the name of the game.
A lethal dose of honor.
No, not Hunter.
If anybody's
Any-
gonna fuck my daughter,
Not
it's gonna
AEW's Hunter.
be me and Triple H.
And
I am
Shane.
going to inject Stephanie.
With Ric Flair.
Woo!
You call me Rick whatever you want.
You get my room number if you want, baby. Woo!
Oh God.
If anybody's gonna kill my creation,
What I created
it's Triple H.
and all of his friends. Oh man, yeah. I mean, this I vividly remember.
Vince
This
just
specific-
Me too.
debating
And I
with
think the video
himself.
game is a big part of this for me
Yeah,
too.
probably too. But I mean, I remember it being a big fucking deal to me at the time when this happened. I was like, because I was on the internet. I was definitely e-fetting by this point, but like, I don't know how much I was reading the dirt sheets. So maybe there was like hints of it. Like you would go to like No DQ and see the little like article like, oh, NWO coming, but you'd always see those. You know what I mean? Like that'd be always the dream matches
Right,
and stuff.
right.
The magazines would always talk about the dream matches and all. So you never really knew. At least I didn't know because I was a shitty little kid. But like the NWO and the WWF, the idea of that was like, whoa, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, for sure. Hogan wasn't even signed at this point.
Yeah, I just actually watched. Do you know the documentary that WWF put out? Obviously, it's a WWE one.
The
so
NWO one?
Take it. Yeah, the Revolution. It was called. It was like a shorter
I'm not
one,
sure
I
if I
think.
remember it.
And they, it was either Hall, Nash, or Hogan. One of the three said that like the promo with Vince aired, and they did like it might have been Hogan actually. That said I didn't even know that was gonna happen.
Yeah, well,
So,
shit,
yeah.
lines up.
Yeah. So like. Wow, what a show. Yeah, all-timer promo, though. Just
Yeah, absolutely.
way more fucked than I remember, though.
It's crazy seeing Vince like go, okay, I can't do this, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fucking kill
Yeah.
my own company.
Yeah.
Die.
All right, now it's time to talk about SmackDown from February 21st, 2002.
The beautiful people. The beautiful people. The beautiful people.
Dude, I think about that riff so much. I think
It's so
about that so
good.
much.
Why is
Yeah.
it so good?
I don't know. They didn't even
You know
use
what's
this
also-
theme song very long.
They used it for Raw as well, like way before this.
Not for. I used that for even less time, right?
Oh, it was. I don't even know if it was like
Was it
a
one
month
show?
or two.
Yeah.
I feel like it might have been a couple. Like, yeah, but yeah, they used it then. But that was like 98 when did that song drop? Because I'm shocked that it came back up in 2002 because that was definitely like 98.
Did it come out in 98?
Let me see. I'll have to, now I gotta look.
Yeah, I mean, we absolutely have to know the information here because
yeah,
it definitely
96.
sounds like 96.
Yeah.
Wow. You remember
Holy
that Family
shit.
Guy episode with Marilyn Manson?
Yes, I do. Remember he was on Celebrity Deathmatch too.
Yeah, dude, he was on a lot of shit in like early 2000s, late 90s.
Yeah, he was
He's a big
gigantic
deal.
part of pop culture. Yeah, like a little weirdo.
Yeah, a little fucking weasel, dude.
What's fucking wrong with that guy?
I don't know. At least he made this SmackDown intro because this is fucking
Yeah,
dope.
thank.
Oh man, that used to. Oh, that
Yes.
get me so fired up. That
This
still
is
gets
in
me fired up. Hearing it here, it got me fired up.
Rockford, Illinois. Your commentators Michael Cole, Jerry the King Lawler.
Jerry, he was going crazy
Yeah.
tonight, man. Especially for Stephanie McMahon, he was fucking horned out of his mind.
What a lovely little girl. What the
Oh, a little
fuck?
flower. I'd love to deflower. Yo, what the fuck? So we kicked off the show. We had Vince McMahon with a cold open. Vinnie Mac starts off the show by saying, "I'm gonna inject."
No, he doesn't say this.
I mean, he should have. He did at one
Well, he
point.
didn't say that.
He did at some point. This is the era where the NWO comes to WWE, and they had the No Way Out pay-per-view. The NWO pay-per-view.
Yes. That was pretty well timed though, for real. Like
Yeah, it was.
they
It
could have
was.
debuted at any time. They debuted at NWO. That's pretty cool.
And they made them look like complete jabronis. Man, they jabron these dudes
Ooh.
out quick, huh?
Wow. It did not take long. They had, and like, what's crazy is, so Vince is cutting this promo. He's talking about what happened on Raw, which we'll talk about later because they do a 10-minute segment going over what happened on Raw. But
They said it's a flashback, and then they played just Raw. They just played
with
Raw.
timestamps.
It's not flashback. It's Raw.
It's the angle where the NWO run a tractor trailer into an ambulance that The Rock was inside of, which cool fucking angle, and it made it to the video game, which is also
Shut your
means it's
mouth.
very cool. Yes. So anything that makes it to a video game is worth remembering. And it was even crazier than I kind of remember, like trailer slamming into this ambulance. Like what a fucking cool visual. So
Whoa,
Vince is
base Yoshihashi. He got the stick.
loose explosion. Tacos.
Yeah, we may or may not have the New Japan Rambo up also right now. So.
You may not get running Wrestle Kingdom commentary during this. Sorry about that. So Vince is talking about punishing the NWO for what they did to The Rock. They need to be held responsible for their actions and should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. So it turns out that the officers of the law say that the punishment
Detroit's fine.
is community service.
And they have to apologize.
Yeah, it's an adequate action that they have to do community service, and they have to publicly apologize to not only The Rock, but to all of you. So, what the fuck? Near murder. And just apologize and pick up some trash. Piece of trash.
You know what? It made me, I was thinking back to the video game. The way they show it in the video game is a little different. Maybe I remember it more from the video game, than I do in my actual mind of what this was. Because in the video game, it's in the middle of the goddamn street, out in the middle.
Yeah.
Of,
Oh no, it's outside of the building. This isn't like the parking lot, but in the game, it's like out front in the regular traffic.
Yeah, and he just runs, he just destroys it.
I forgot about that. You're right. It's just there's like pedestrians walking by. There's just an ambulance there. The Rock's being loaded into the ambulance outside the front of a building, and then the NWO just come flying by. NWO for life, dude.
Oh man, I can't wait till we get to that part of the show because Hogan was just, I don't even know what he was on.
But yeah, so Vince cuts a promo, and then we get the intro to SmackDown.
Yeah. Beautiful people, man.
Oh,
This was not used very long, but I swear to God, when people think of the SmackDown intro, this is the one they think of most of the time. So we open the show with a Kurt Angle promo. And,
oh boy,
dude. So 2002, we are now in the era of not only the "you suck" chance for Kurt Angle, but we are also in the "what" chance.
Oh my God, this is peak what right here. Like this is liberties. Austin takes liberties with the what's later in the show too. It's unbelievable.
He's not even in the crowd and he's still saying it. I seriously think he worked himself into a shoot where like he can't stop fucking saying it. I don't even think he's trying to say it anymore. He just does it.
By the way, the Beautiful People was used from August 16th, 2001 to May 15th, 2003.
Yeah, what, a year?
Not like maybe almost 2.
Yeah, I feel like it was forever. Like, I don't know, like that was just a dope time for SmackDown.
and that might be because we played the game so much.
So Kurt Angle is pissed off and wants to vent his frustrations because he lost his WrestleMania opportunity on Raw this week because of Ric Flair. Thank you, Ric Flair.
Yeah, don't start with me, people. I'm not in the mood. That's how he starts the promo.
I'm an Olympic gold medalist. He goes, this is an open challenge. If anyone in the back has got the guts, you come out and face me right now so I can go Olympic on your ass.
Face me in a match so I can show them the definition of pain. So Kurt pretty much is holding the show hostage here. He says he's not leaving until somebody comes out. How did he know anyone was going to come out? He also says, if you don't come out, I'm going to come back there. Who are you going after? This is an open.
Just anyone.
You're going to just fight somebody?
Just anybody back there. Taz,
and
maybe.
Then it's Kane, and not only is it Kane, but it's Kane in the see-through titty outfit.
Oh my god! I literally wrote that. I wrote down Kurt Angle versus Kane with the nipples. Oh my god!
Not only the nipples, he had the see-through titties, and he had see-through thighs as well. This is a Natalia 2020 gear outfit that Kane's wearing.
Kane was fucking bricked up during this match, bro.
Why did he have that outfit?
Kane was bricked up in this match.
I don't
Nipples
remember
out,
that.
Thighs showing.
Yeah.
So what's up, baby? I'll face you one-on-one.
Yeah, let me get some of that. The Beautiful People.
This was such a weird era for Kane. Not only did Kane come out with the nipples, Kane was doing punch combinations.
Yeah, Kane was, dude. This turns into like, if one point this feels like just a shoot wrestling match. So it's Kurt versus Kane. I don't even know if there's this was ever a sanctioned official match. There's refs out there, but it's just trying to break it up for the most part.
Yeah.
These two are going at it right away. Like usually, like when Kane comes out, I like this a lot about this. Usually when Kane comes out and people are like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna get fucked." Kurt Angle is so pissed that he goes right after Kane as Kane gets in the ring. He is not showing any fear.
Yeah.
He's not intimidated in the slightest. And this whole, I don't know how long this was going on for, but they just whoop each other's ass this whole time. Then Kurt attacks Kane with a chair. It was a DQ, so I guess it was an official match.
Because he hits the German suplex, gets a chair, and then beats Kane's ass with a chair. They go, fuck it, I guess we're not having a match.
Then Kurt's like near the ropes. Kane spears Kurt through the ropes and almost kills them both.
He almost took a neck bump on the ground.
Yeah,
that
like
was
the
tough.
Big E, like when Cesaro did that suicide dive that one time.
Yeah, dude, that's almost exactly what it was. Kurt, when he hit the ground, was like, fuck.
Yeah, it was brutal. This was fucking cool. So Kane's taking off all the shit on the announcer's table to chokeslam Kurt through it. Kurt reverses it and hits a back suplex. Not even a German, just a back suplex through the table. And that's not it.
Dude, that was awesome.
It was cool. The fucking table exploded, but that was not enough for Kurt. He then picks up Kane and Germans him onto the broken table. What the fuck? That was cool.
I feel like Kurt was taking liberties with this.
I think so too. Kane this must have been a wrestler's court decision.
Yeah, I think so too. They said, Kane got there with your nipples and your thighs. You get your ass beat.
Get that sexy ass whooped. And then, speaking of taking liberties, Kurt then hits a belly-to-belly suplex on the timekeeper.
Dude, I was so fucking confused. That was crazy because he was mic'd up and everything. He just took him and tossed him across the fucking way. I was like, wow, that was awesome. I liked it a lot. Kurt was primal as hell here.
Kurt then attacks. This is still not done. Kurt attacks Kane's ankle with the chair. He puts the ankle lock on him. Kane is tapping out. This made Kurt look like a fucking beast, man. This was awesome.
Angle. Call me Kurt Angle.
He was perked up for sure.
Yeah,
Kane
this
was
is
sexy
dirty.
as hell.
Kane was looking kind of crazy. I don't know what was happening here tonight.
You little red,
like a little flower,
big red freak. That's what you are, little flower.
Dude, I loved when Kane wiped the announce table clean at the beginning. He was gonna put Kurt through the announce table, and then he knocks the monitor off, and Jerry Lawler goes, "No, I need that. I need that. I need that."
Can't see. They're right in front of you, Jerry.
Well, they have to sit there the rest of the night like fucking bozos. There's no fucking
it's even
table.
better. They come back later, and Cole and King are just sitting there they're doing the Andre shot because I guess the cameraman didn't want to. I guess he wanted to get the table in the shot, so it's like the Andre angle from the floor, just pointing up at Lawler and Cole without a table.
All you see is peckers, dude. It's the pecker shot.
Michael Cole's jacked too. He's big arms.
Yeah, dude, he was looking crazy with his little hair. So we cut to Ric Flair backstage after Kurt Angle goes primal.
No water bottles, sadly.
Flair and Arn, sadly, didn't have 10 minutes to run this. Flair and Arn,
my son,
they get out backstage. They're watching Kurt Angle go crazy. Flair is the fucking, he's the co-president of the WWF at this point, co-owner. He's the consortium. He's the consortium of the WWF, and he goes, yeah, whatever. Kurt Angle's all right. Undertaker comes backstage. He wants a match with Ric Flair at WrestleMania. Ric Flair said he just, wants to be a businessman. He doesn't want to wrestle anymore. He just wants to be the co-owner of the WWF. Leave me the fuck alone.
Taker asks them if they're going to dance at WrestleMania.
And no, I don't want to do anything at WrestleMania.
No,
I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home.
Go away, you and your hoodie and your bandana.
Yeah, so Ric Flair, Ric Flair does not want to fucking face Undertaker at WrestleMania. He just wants WCW to be a thing again. Sadly, that's never going to happen.
Please, bring back the Horseman. My hand's cramped in this 4 position. Please help me.
And then Taker, leaves the room. He turns back and looks at Arn. He goes, I guess when it came to the Horseman, you were the one with all the guts.
No.
So what? Ron, get the fuck out of the room, bro. Just leave.
You're about to take a spine buster at me, Taker. You better calm down.
Dude, Arn is looking good at this point.
He looked great here. He should have, I really can't believe they didn't have, one match, at least Flair and Arn against somebody. He looked so good.
And he, when he did his spine buster, it even looked good.
Yeah, and he hits it he hits it on at Mania on Taker, and it's fucking clean.
Yeah. So after that, we get SmackDown Your Vote. Taz says
die,
vote
brother.
or die.
Wanna die, you motherfucker? Put your cut down on me.
That ruled so much ass. I had no clue what was going on. I just saw Taz. I was like, oh, you're fucking kidding me.
I was very lost. I don't know what was happening. Then, SmackDown Your Vote.
Were we voting for George W. Bush at this point? Is that who we were voting for? SmackDown Your Vote for George
vote
Bush?
W, brother.
So make sure you guys go out there in February 2002. Get your ass out there and vote. Don't forget.
SmackDown Your Vote, actually.
So we come back. Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole are sitting there. The camera makes sure to get as much wiener as humanly possible.
Cock and balls.
Back here. So they're like, of course they're talking. They're like, damn, we can't believe this fucking big red bastard just got his ass whooped by Kurt Angle.
You look kind of sexy though.
Yeah, I don't know what was the other dude's nipples, but they got me bricked. I was like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah, Jerry's crazy. And this is where we start the WWF flashback. Dude. This is not any regular flashback.
No.
They literally played at least 15 to 20 minutes of Raw, just straight up.
Yeah, there's only been one match on the show and it ended at DQ. Now we're getting a 20-minute recap of Raw.
The poison has arrived.
Every time they show a new clip, also, I don't know why they did this. Instead of just saying, oh, this happened at the pay-per-view, last Sunday, 8:01 p.m. What the why did they have a timestamp for everything here?
I kind of wish they was all like that. I need to know the time. It makes it a little cooler to me.
Do you need to know? I don't think it had any relevance on what happened.
PM. Yeah, it did. To me.
I wish they would have just lied. Like, how do you even know they're telling the truth? You're telling me that they knew for sure that Hogan cut a promo putting himself over at 9:52 p.m. on Raw?
Yeah, they had to check it 3 times when they gave it to the police. So the NWO debuts at the No Way Out pay-per-view. I always thought it was weird that the NWO debuted at this pay-per-view, and then the pay-per-view was just a big road sign.
Yeah, well, there's tractor trailers there, too.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with this. I thought they were going to go... Maybe I thought they were going to go a little more in on the NWO, but I guess at this point, WCW had been dead for quite a bit, so maybe they thought, like...
And they wanted it to die even more.
Yeah, maybe they thought they just wouldn't have as much hoopla than if they would have came in immediately when WCW folded. Yeah. But I don't think that was the fucking case, man. I feel like they could have treated this a lot different, but it's still made for...
Dude, the NWO coming to WWE, it was like the dream of every wrestling fan at that time, like that watched during that time. You're telling me they could have got a year out of that?
Yeah, but for some reason they had them debut at No Way Out and go, hey man, we're just here to kind of hang out, we're just whatever.
And get beat up by all their top guys.
That was the big thing. Vince goes, I'm going to inject a lethal dose. And Hulk Hogan goes, hey, brother, we just want a job.
And not only that, it's not even, it's like 2 months later, and all of them lose at Mania.
And then Hogan goes, yeah, whatever, I'm kind of done with this whole NWO thing. What the fuck?
Thanks, brother.
Damn, dude, he played these dudes hard.
Yeah, he just wanted a contract, bro. He just wanted a job.
So at the No Way Out pay-per-view, Austin faced Jericho for the Undisputed title. The NWO interfered, costing Austin the match, and they spray painted NWO on Steve Austin's back.
And Scott Hall did a diamond cutter.
And I love that Austin never, ever gave Scott Hall anything on any of those stunners, bro. Ever.
None of them.
Scott Hall gave Austin some of the best stunners he ever did. Austin didn't even bump for them things. He didn't even think about it.
Made sure they look like shit every time.
He never hit one good one ever on Austin. Ever. Yeah, that was crazy. I couldn't believe that.
Then at 9:04 p.m. on Monday, Austin cut a promo.
Austin comes out, calls them out on Raw. They come out, and then they just leave. See ya.
Yeah. And then at 9:17 p.m., Stone Cold's getting arrested, and Scott Hall says, "Have a nice night in jail." But then at 9:39 p.m., Hogan tells Hall and Nash to head out. They were all going to leave in a limo.
Times? Did you write these times down?
Yes, motherfucker. They put them on the screen, and I'm making sure that they know that they put these in the promos to convince me that at 9:17 they did that, and then at 9:39 Hogan told Hall and Nash to leave in the limo because he had something to say. Tiger Mask. Oh shit! Look at that.
Whoa.
At 9:52 p.m., Hogan cut a promo, putting himself over. He just talks about himself the whole time.
There will never be a bigger star than me, brother.
Yeah. I'm really good, brother. Don't worry about Hall and Nash, dude. He told his friends to go home so he could put himself over. Fuck.
Look, I really need this job, brother.
I got a lot of kids, dude. Linda's draining me, bro. Alimony.
Jay Lawler, alimony.
I know about that. Wow. The Rock interrupts, but they didn't tell me what time it happened at, so it really fucked up my timeline.
Oh no times.
They didn't
when did
tell
The Rock
me.
arrive? When did The Rock show up?
The Rock challenges Hogan to a match at Mania, and then The Rock hits the rock bottom on Hogan, and NWO attack Rock at 10:07 p.m.
Oh, thank you. We're good. We got time.
Then it took from they whooped his ass from 10:07 p.m. to 10:18 p.m. when The Rock is getting loaded into the ambulance. So it was quite the beatdown.
Yeah, it was funny because like they're trying to set up for the Hogan versus Rock match at Mania. The Rock goes, what about a match with The Rock? That's one of the most iconic moments ever. And then Hogan said, no. And then it ends up, that match never happens. Hogan leaves wrestling. The Rock goes to TNA, and then he immediately meets the requirements for a pay raise from Jeff Jarrett, which is fucking 1 in a 2 shot. 50% chance.
Imagine a world where that was really what happened. He's at the meeting, he's sitting there, Rikishi's off to the side because he got the recommendations. He's like, you know what, you can't take me. I got just the thing. He stands to the side, raising the roof as The Rock is being interviewed by Jeff Jarrett. And he says, you actually check one of these boxes.
Look at the list. You are The Rock.
Yeah, you are The Rock. You know what? You're in.
That would be an awesome timeline. Probably better than the actual timeline.
God, how did that's fucked up, man. I wish we had a more pull in wrestling around that time.
What about my match with The Rock? No, brother.
No, dude. I want Austin. The fuck are you? That's why we're beating up Austin. What are you doing?
We want to do the Austin angle, dude.
We're doing an Austin angle. Rock, go away. Hogan didn't want to wrestle Rock so much, he tries to kill him. So 10:18 p.m. The Rock is loaded into the ambulance, and then it's driving away, and it gets stopped by a tractor trailer. And the NWO is back in a limo. They never left. The NWO attack the ambulance. EMT's running away. This is just straight out of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it is. It truly is.
Just smashing with pipes and tire irons. The NWO then chained the back of the ambulance to keep The Rock in there, despite the fact that The Rock is strapped to a stretcher. He was not going anywhere.
He's on the gurney the whole time, yeah.
He was, as this is going on. And then they run this trailer into the ambulance. And what does Hogan say before this, James?
Oh, my God. All right, so Hogan... Dude, I swear to God, he don't even know what he's saying. He's just saying words.
Just hitting the fucking lines, the sound bites.
Yeah, so they slap up this ambulance with all the stuff, make sure he doesn't get out or whatever. Hall locks the doors shut, and then Hollywood goes into the big rig, and right before he does it, he pats him on the back and he goes, "Hey, let Hollywood lay the smackdown on its crippled ass NWO style for life." What? What does that mean? Let Hollywood lay the smackdown on his crippled ass NWO
Let me tell you something,
style
brother.
for life? What the fuck
Why you
does
let the
that
thousands and millions of NWOites run all over his ass, dude, for life's too
mean?
sweet.
Oh, NWO for life.
Just everything was for life.
What did that mean?
How about you go one-on-one with The Rock? No. All right, well, how about for life? Oh, he starts hulking up.
What about a match with The Rock? No.
For life, no. Never.
Don't ever talk to me again. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't want to wrestle you so much. I'm gonna have my friends hit you with this trailer for life.
Hollywood, the SmackDown's coming ass NWO style for life. He said that with a straight face. I mean, you are 40-something years old at this point. Just unbelievable.
He's so tan.
God, he is incredibly tan.
You know what's even more fucked about this? They hit The Rock with this trailer. The Rock comes back in like a week. Mania's in 3 weeks.
You go one-on-one with The Rock.
He fucking gets slammed with his trailer. How is he not dead? I don't know when he comes back, but he's in time for Mania. And he wins.
We saw Triple H fucking die at Survivor Series.
He got flipped upside down.
He took like 2 weeks off and then came back. So like
that's what happened here.
Yeah, there's something in the water out there. I don't know.
Unbelievable for life.
Yeah, at least they got the match out of it where the crowd was super into it.
That's an all-timer. That's when wrestling ended for me.
that was literally the season finale of the WWE. Everything after was some shitty spinoff.
The series finale.
After that, everything was just like
non-canon.
This sucks.
Put it aside. Bam, non-canon.
This is the Netflix version. Get this fucking shit out of here. The live-action WWF movie. Get the fuck out of here.
For life.
This is the NWO style for life version. Get this fucking shit out of here. This shit sucks. Dude, so Hogan hits the ambulance, but not only once, he hits it 3 times. At least 3.
That's right.
What's up with that?
I think in my head it wasn't that many times because I thought in the games it was just them replaying it.
Yeah, you're right. Like a slow-mo kind of.
Yeah, like they go just back, just different angles. Like it's the same spot but just different angles. But I guess it was
makes it even crazier
times.
that Rock comes back so quickly.
Yes.
They destroyed the ambulance, and then Rock said, "Do you want to go one-on-one with The Rock at WrestleMania?"
He pops his head out of the ambulance.
The Rock says, "NWO style for life."
I didn't get an answer.
That would have been way fucking cooler than what they did. He pops out the back of the gurney. The Rock says.
The ambulance doors got busted open, so his gurney rolls out of the back of it. He pops his head up, eyebrow raised. So do you want to go one-on-one with the great one? No, dude.
The Rock literally can't talk unless he's cutting a promo. So that's all he can do.
I don't want to wrestle you ever for life.
I'm going to TNA now. Bye. I would love someone to draw that. Just the Rock just peeking his head of a busted ass ambulance. The Rock says, "Do you want a match with the great one?" No.
How about a match with The Rock? His bloody, busted up head peeking out of the ambulance.
Backs the fucking shit up and hits him again. Fucking please.
Runs over his head.
Just gets right back up.
His beheaded Rock head rolling around. What about now?
This is fucking Evil Dead. This is a Sam Raimi movie. So that was all a flashback. None of this actually happened on this show.
Yeah, that wasn't on SmackDown at all.
So that didn't happen at all. Now we get to the NWO public apology. This is part of their gimmick they have to do, where they have to do community service and they have to publicly apologize.
Yes, by law.
So NWO comes out with a piece of paper, a very scripted apology. And
yes.
Michael Cole really says it a lie. He said, "This is scripted. This is scripted. This whole show is scripted."
Michael Cole says, "They're reading from a prepared statement. They don't even mean this." Yeah, no shit, bro.
Yeah, no kidding. Kevin Nash starts it off. It's really just a bunch of bullshit. It's very boring, to be honest with you.
It's what you think it would be. It would have prepared apology.
So then he hands it off to Scott Hall, and I was really hoping that Scott Hall would get the paper and look at it, and he'd go, "Hey yo," I was really
it says right
hoping he
here,
would.
survey time. Hogan has a good line here, though. He says, Hogan says, "Rock, I hope you can forgive me like I have forgiven you for attacking me first."
Yeah, Hogan's part was the best part. They didn't even give anything to Nash and Hall.
That was pretty good.
The NWO here just looked like complete fucking geeks. Like, good lord.
Yeah,
they're tough.
Yeah, I don't. I wouldn't have did it this way, but you know.
No, yeah. So, anyways, the glass breaks. Stone Cold's about to go beat somebody's ass.
Oh, hell yeah!
Stone Cold drives into the arena with his truck and his crowbar.
Through the set.
Yeah, that was dude. That's where Undertaker comes out from later too.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
through,
So
like,
I didn't even know that was there.
This is the glass shattery SmackDown fist era. So he drives like right through the shattered glass part of the stage, and it looks fucking
It moves
cool.
it too. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah. This is not like a slow drive in, like Eddie Guerrero style. He is barrel
rolled the fucking entranceway. Yeah.
And he jumps out. The NWO is running away from this one man, of course. Austin gets out with a tire iron, just whooping ass. Nash and Hogan get away. Scott Hall does not get away. Austin just beating him with his tire iron. Hall gets his ass whooped. Hogan and Nash go backstage and leave.
And they leave. I gotta go.
But then Austin gets into the truck and they get Hall. But I don't know. This was confusing to me. So I was like, okay, he's just gonna steal Hall here. Austin gets back in this truck and he's going to back the truck up into Hall. But Hogan and Nash get Hall and they go backstage together. But that's not. Eventually, they lose him somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, so it literally from the stage to the next cut, Scott Hall, I think, tripped and fell, and then they just left him there.
Yeah, they didn't show that, though, did they?
No, of course not.
Okay.
They just, So they ran into the room, and Scott Hall wasn't there. It's kind of like Left 4 Dead when you make it to the last room, and you're like, there's that one guy who got caught.
See the bodies on the ground? Yeah.
Yeah, that one guy got caught by the damn one on the roof, and you're just like, here we go. Yeah, you're ready to get this guy. So Stone Cold tried to run him over the truck. It cuts back from commercial. NWO's backstage. They're trying to get into their limousine that's been vandalized. Hogan walks up to the limo and goes, "What?" And it pans over to the limo, and there's a big "what" on it, which was just fantastic.
That was pretty good,
that was
too.
great. That was like the funniest thing on the whole show, to be honest. That was like real like Office level first season shit.
It doesn't even feel like. I feel like they didn't even think. I think that was Hogan's like actual just response, and it just happened. And it says "what" on the side of it. Yeah, wet. Yeah.
So after that, we get Edge versus Christian. This is a singles match. I'm guessing they had broken up at some point in the past year.
I want your opinion on this pyro.
Okay.
Because I wasn't sure if it was a word.
Okay. Well, first off, never gonna stop me. Never gonna stop.
Yeah, fair enough.
So not only was it Rob Zombie, but Christian had Christian.
Yeah.
Dude, that rules. That riff goes crazy too.
It does.
So
a lot of
Edge
good music here.
Absolutely fantastic at this
Dude,
point.
Edge is jacked.
So Christian comes out the exact fucking opposite. He's got a mesh shirt on and
he's got Kane's gear on.
Yeah, this is rough right here. So Christian comes out and his pyro was fucked up.
Like, he has the raining pyro. Like, I guess if you weren't watching back then, it's the Randy Orton pyro, like the raining down gold from the entranceway. And like only like maybe a foot of it like it doesn't cover the whole thing. It covers just one side kinda, and he comes out and sells it. But like, if this was on purpose, why? Just because the story is he's a loser, so everything goes wrong for him? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
that's
this was definitely a gimmick. So
okay,
Christian comes out and the pyro is real fucked up. I mean, it's like
it's pretty good.
It's like when we watched that TNA episode and it just went. Except for this was a gimmick and that was a shoot. So Christian comes out, he looks at his pyro, he's fucking pissed off. He pitches a fit about it on the stage and it runs down.
Yeah, it runs down the ramp.
Because Edge gets Rob Zombie, the smoke he gets and Christian comes out.
He gets everything.
So, he's pissed off. This is way deep into Christian's "I'm a big baby" gimmick. And they end up having this match, which is pretty all right for the most part.
Yeah, it was okay. They didn't do anything
crazy.
Right. No, it's there is one thing that I feel like you and I both have been wanting to talk about. Edge locks in a submission move. Now, you listening at home right now or wherever you want. If I tell you Edge won with a submission, I want you to, in your head, think of what the name of that move is. Because I think we all kind of know. it's
Boom,
you know,
boom, boom,
even,
boom,
even if you call it the
boom.
wrong thing, you probably were closer to what Jerry Lawler called it here.
They were really trying to drive this home too, huh?
Yeah, Jerry Lawler refers to this move. The educator is what the actual move is. He refers to it as the figure 4 edge lock. And it wasn't just like a passing comment, like he doesn't just say figure 4 edge lock. Figure 4 edge lock. Isn't that right, JR? Isn't that figure 4 edge lock?
Yeah, JR calls it that too. JR says it's this too.
Oh, yeah, this is Cole there. Yeah, Cole's like,
There are many people calling it
sure.
the figure 4 edge lock.
Yeah, I heard backstage that they're calling it the figure 4 edge lock.
I've been seeing it a lot recently. A lot of people are calling it the figure 4
He
edge
says
lock.
it so many goddamn times, and it doesn't stick, obviously, because somebody must have heard him say this and say, that sounds fucking lame as hell. Figure
I don't
4
know,
edge
man.
lock.
I heard in all my next videos with Edge that I'm always going to call it that. From when
Yeah, well, that's what I know it from now on as that. So
that's
you're
what
right.
I've known it as from the future, starting now. Is the figure 4
That's
edge.
a Mandela effect. It was always the figure 4 edge lock, actually.
I'm going to clip that one part of it. I'll be like, look, it is this. You piece of shit.
Yeah, figure 4 edge lock. Edge wins, and then Christian gets on the mic. He's crying. He cuts a promo. He says, I guess you're expecting me to throw a temper tantrum, huh? And everyone's like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, Christian goes, you want me to piss my pants, huh? You maybe shit and cum? Well, how about I just quit?
I'll do you one better. I quit. So
Then Christian shitted in it and farted it and
Yeah,
covered
and
all
cummed.
over the fucking
Cummed.
ring.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. Whipped out his
And then
Johnson.
said, maybe I was wrong about that guy. Goddamn, pal. That guy gets shittered, pissered, and covered all
He'll
on the
do anything
same
with his
time.
business that he loves. He can shit and piss and come for life, dude. NWO style.
That's what NWO style for life is. NWO style for life is that you get shittered, pissered, and come.
This podcast is NWO style for life. Too sweet.
I'm just too sweet. He said, man, I guess Edge just wasn't good to his brother tonight. I said, oh my God, I totally forgot that
Oh, yeah.
everybody in the tag division was brothers.
They had to be, because the Dudleys and the Hardys were brothers. So they gotta
Everybody
be
was
brothers.
shoot
Yeah.
brothers to WWE.
I liked
at
wrestling
that
better
point.
when everyone was brothers. When was the last
Me
time
too.
When was the last time they did like a fake brother tag team? That doesn't happen anymore, does it?
No, it doesn't. They don't even try with that. Yeah.
I guess it's
Yeah.
just because everyone knows too much that they don't even bother.
Probably. But I would definitely do
Well,
it.
they did do Jason Jordan being Kurt Angle's son.
And they ran with it too. That's fucked.
Yeah. Oh well.
So after Edge and Christian, we cut backstage to the NWO. Hall and Nash. Well, I guess Nash and Hogan are still running away
Yes.
from Austin. Hall is, I'm guessing Stone Cold somehow got him. Nash and Hogan don't even look for Scott. At first, Kevin's like, yeah, maybe we should look for him. And Hogan goes, yeah, we should look for him. And he goes, no, never mind. Scott is resourceful. We don't need to do it. He'll
Yeah,
figure
he's
it out himself.
resourceful. That was just chill, he says.
Steve Austin then is walking up to a walk-in freezer. He opens the door up, and Scott Hall is bound and gagged to this chair.
he has tape over his mouth. He's looking disheveled.
Austin says, is it cool enough in here for you? What?
You calling off, son? You don't mind if I drink a beer, do you? Is that going to upset you? What? Am I going to offend you if I drink a beer? What?
Just want to drink one beer. What?
Yeah. Where's your little friends? What? Where's your little friends? What?
Want to come into the WWF and ruin my title shot? What?
He said, you want one of these? And then he grabs 2 beer bottles. He opens one and drinks one. And then he said, you want one of these, son? And he puts the beer bottle on Scott's shoulder, but it obviously keeps rolling off. So Austin replaces this on his shoulder like 3 different times.
Boop.
And then he keeps playing with Scott Hall's hair this whole promo too.
Yeah, it was kind of creepy, honestly. A lot of this was creepy.
It was weird. I don't know what's going on.
So Steve just ends up leaving him locked in the freezer. And, well, I guess we'll see what happens next.
Great.
We get to that's not even a maybe. This is easily the best match of the night. The Hardy Boys and Rob Van Dam versus Lance Storm and the Dudley Boys.
Yes.
6-man tag action.
What the fuck was Matt Hardy wearing during his entrance? He's wearing a big pervert trench coat.
He was swagged out of his mind. He said, I got to have something. I can't have nothing.
He didn't need nothing.
The Hardy Boys come out. Rob Van Dam comes out. Lance Storm comes out. Yeah, we're coming down. I can't believe it. Not only is it,
oh God,
we're coming down. All of a sudden, the Duchess of Dudleyville.
Oh boy,
dude, I laughed. I cried. I fist pumped the air. I couldn't believe it.
For
this
life.
is the greatest night. This is truly NWO style for life.
She did look fantastic. I will give you that,
dude.
But you know,
I just couldn't even believe this, dude. So. We got Rob Van Dam.
Whoa.
We got we're coming down, and we got the Duchess all at one time. Oh my god!
Like you said, this. So did I? For some reason in my mind, I don't remember RVD not having pyro. So that was weird. He just didn't have pyro during his entrance.
Yeah, he didn't, but he still had the cool songs. So it was all good. And this is an all-time RVD attire for me. Like the green RVD text. Yeah, I think
it's tough to pick my favorite because he has so many good ones. Like I feel like they just always are good.
Yeah, I think they are too. I think he just had a really good artist, and I think his designs are pretty easy.
This is also
they were just like, let me get some dragons and some yin yang signs. And
whoa, well, you put some fucking stuff on there, dude.
Hey, dude, Spider-Man.
Go medieval or whatever.
Cool. Whoa, you have 2 belts?
Whoa, look at that fucking dragon. You should put Fonzie on there.
Yeah, Sabu, I think so too.
So Jeff Hardy also, I think Jeff Hardy wore this in Shut Your Mouth because it was the hat with the ponytail, the pigtails through them.
Yeah, dude, I could not believe. I was like, damn, I forgot that
Jeff Hardy's got the hat on with stop typing in the chat.
So Jeff Hardy with the hair. The hat and the hair. Yeah, he wrestled the whole fucking match with the hat on. I think that's so crazy, man. Just wrestling with a dad hat on.
How did he keep it on?
The hair must have been holding it down or something.
Holding it down.
Yeah, we're holding it down. Matt Hardy went brolic in this match. Dude was breaking out moonsault like it won't nothing. I mean, like just a completely different kind of beast back in 2002. There's a reason that he always got shot after shot at this point, and they always want to do something with him because not only was he not afraid to change stuff up, he was also a very underrated worker. Truly,
he was cool. Yeah. The finish of this match, this match was fun, but the finishing sequence of this was real fucking crazy. They went like a mile a minute for like 2 minutes. RVD goes up top to do the 5-star. Stacy crotches him on the top rope, so Lita goes to attack her. But then Devon stops Lita from attacking Stacy. Devon goes to hit Lita. Matt blocks it, goes for the twist of fate. Then he gets shoved off, and then out of nowhere, 3D. It was such a clean 3D too. Like it split second. They had to be in the perfect spot to hit this 3D. Then they cover Matt. 1, 2. Jeff hits the Swanton. Lita hits the ― RVD hits the 5-star. 1, 2, 3. What a goddamn finish.
Not only did he hit the 5-star, he had to change his way that he was moved because Lance Storm was not, and maybe that's what made this so fucking cool, was that Lance Storm was not in the right position for this.
No.
And like RVD just went with it anyways. And like he went up to do the 5-star and he had to turn like 180 to hit Lance Storm correctly. And he still gave him the move right. Everything went great. It made it look even better. Lita ― is fucked because like she's like the only one I know that
she
legit
whips.
Yeah, she legit throws her entire body out. Which makes it look like it makes her look incredibly long. It's really a different looking run off the top.
It's more like a head scissors, but just from how it's done, it is real weird. You're right. She like puts her entire weight into it. Like,
it always looked dope too. And the way they set up this finish was fantastic. I love this match. It was good. Yeah. Like this is a reminder of how good everyone in the mid card was at this point.
Yeah.
Like just real good stuff.
It was pretty dope.
So NWO is backstage again. It's not too much here. Just Hogan and Hall kind of Hogan and Nash looking for Scott Hall. Just kind of moving around. They left the room and now they're like, oh, I guess we should go look for him. Then we have the WWF Whack of the Night. Tobacco is wacko.
Is this another truth thing? Because that's buttoutnow.com was tobacco is wacko. Yeah, that was
tobacco is wacko.
Yeah, the whack of the night is Kurt getting hit with a pedigree.
It's Kurt Angle getting his ass whooped. It's my time. It's my time. Triple H is going to Mania, baby.
Hell yeah.
After the whack of the night, we get Ric Flair backstage. Ric Flair's backstage. He's talking to somebody on the phone, trying to figure out what to do next. He's like, is WCW coming back or not?
Trying to put the Horsemen back together.
He's like, hey, what y'all doing, man? Trying to get in there. Stephanie Man says, what's going on in here? She comes in the room and bends down to make sure her titties aren't shot. See what's going down with Big Rick, y'all.
Good God. She is looking nice.
Real Stephanie McMahon is pissed that Triple H is going to Mania. Thanks for nothing, Rick. You didn't help us here.
You bitch.
Stephanie hears the toilet go off, and she's like, oh, what do you got, Arn Anderson in here? But
your little horseman buddy.
It's actually Triple H taking his shit.
Dropping a big deuce.
Triple H comes out and says, "Whoa, you're my wife." He goes, "You know what they say, Stephanie? Life is a beep, and then you marry one."
And then she leaves. She storms out, and Flair, as she's leaving, says, "Don't leave mad. Just leave."
Stephanie says, "Damn, they do say that. They do say that. They do say that line. I heard it before."
Whoa.
So after that, we cut to Scott Hall and Stone Cold again, and Stone Cold is just going to fucking town on this dude. I mean, he is just taking liberties with
liberties to the fullest extent. He's pushing Hall around in a chair. He says, "You want to go on a ride with Stone Cold, huh?"
What?
He gets right in Hall's face, who has tape over his mouth, and he says, "If you want to go on a ride with Stone Cold, give me a hell yeah."
He goes, "Give me a hell yeah." What?
He said, "I didn't hear you. You didn't say nothing." And then he's just rambling. He says, "Those 3 letters on your chest, are they supposed to impress me? What? Intimidate me? What? If it does, it don't." What?
Legitimate what?
Actual
Legitimate
what
noises?
You
go pay, you big son of a bitch. What? Scott Hall's chair starts randomly rolling away, and then Steve grabs the chair. He turns it back around. "You look at me when I'm talking to you, son." Scott Hall doesn't do anything this whole fucking night. He doesn't
sell. He just stares. He's like drunk. He's already drunk.
He got the second hands.
Honestly, you could be my designated driver. I can't drive. I've been drinking. That'd be stupid. Responsible Stone Cold's my favorite Stone Cold.
What?
Takes him again away. He takes him away again. And then what is up next, my friend?
The WWF Stacker 2 Burn of the Week.
Not only is it the Stacker 2 Burn of the Week, but the commercial is Taz in The Sopranos.
Oh my God.
Stopping a tractor trailer full of Stacker 2 motherfucking gabagool.
They're gonna steal this whole fucking truck. They also had addiction, understandable. So the Stacker 2 Burn of the Week is the APA beats Billy and Chuck at No Way Out, and they'll meet the tag team champions at WrestleMania.
Yes.
Well, guess what?
Yeah.
Billy and Chuck will see you at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So we get NWO backstage again. Hogan is walking around with a big shovel, which is very on the nose. Just real good shit here, honestly.
Nash is carrying on a pipe to lay some.
So then we get Taz and Spike Dudley, who are the WWF Tag Team Champions at this point.
Yes.
Versus Billy and Chuck. Taz and Spike, maybe the tag champions for only a short amount of time, right?
Yeah, yes, because
I swear they
because they lose him here.
Yeah, they didn't have him for long at all.
No,
and
I don't think so either.
They didn't make it very convincing either. They
No.
come out, they say they beat Test and Booker. I no fucking clue how, but they beat them.
Taz is out here all jacked up on Stacker 2.
That's awesome.
The APA are watching backstage very nonchalantly, just watching the monitor as this match goes on.
That's a good job, man.
It was a match. Taz locks in the ― but Billy breaks it up. Spike goes for the Dudley dog. It gets countered by Billy, and then Spike eats a super kick from Chuck, and then a famouser for the win. New tag team champions, Billiam and Chuckathy.
Dude, Chuck had the little pigtail braids.
Yeah, he should have put a hat on like Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, that haircut was crazy. And Billy and Chuck's gimmick at this point is that everyone is pretty sure they're gay, but
Except
they
them.
definitely say
Yes.
they're not gay.
Yeah, pretty much. And there's an interview that kind of is also. You're right. That's the whole gimmick. Because even when which is weird that they even went as far as to go to the wedding angle. But I guess that the wedding angle was good because they're gonna get married and they're like, we're not gay. What the
We're
hell?
not gay.
We're not gay
Are
at all.
you sure?
What's going on here? Why are we even here? How'd you set up this wedding? We didn't agree.
So before we get to the Billy and Chuck promo part, we get to Stone Cold and Scott Hall backstage again. They go backstage. Scott Hall is still not doing anything but rolling around in his chair all night.
Yes.
Stone Cold comes across a sign. It's an engineering sign. He goes, "Engineering? I can't take that. I don't have a college degree." What?
Dude, even I forgot. Oh, I forgot. I'm glad I wrote this down because I would have completely forgot. Just before that, when it cuts into the segment, he's wheeling Hall around down this hallway, and he says, "You want me to sing you a song? You like music, don't you?" he never. Why did he? Why did he say this? He never sings of a song. It never comes up again.
He's just talking, bro. He's just talking.
He's just talking shit.
He's just talking, and no one giving him anything back. Because Scott Hall can't talk this whole night, so it's just Stone Cold going, "Yeah, I got that college degree. What? What?"
They stop at maintenance. He says, "Oh, that's the stop," and they wheels him into this cage. And he says, "Oh," and there's a light at the top, and he puts the Hall on. And he says, "Oh, look, it's a spotlight. You're a big star." And he plays with the hair again. Stupid little ponytail makes me sick.
Makes me sick. The pipe drops. So silent.
That was later.
No, that happens in this one too.
There's a pipe drop here too?
Yes, there's a pipe drop right when he goes, "You want to be a big star, huh? You got the spotlight, yeah?"
Because I definitely wrote that for the one later.
The next time they pipe drop twice in the same second, I was like, "Oh my god."
Austin said, "You're a piece of cheese. You're the bait. Your little friend's gonna look for you because they like you. Why? I have no idea." "You make me sick. When your friends get here, they're gonna say hello to my little friend. What? Just sit there and shut up. Thank you." It's Austin talking to himself.
So then we get to the Billy and Chuck promo part. They're just so happy to win the tag team titles.
Yes.
The APA comes up and Bradshaw goes, "So you guys are supposed to be gay or what? What's your gimmick here? I don't really know what's going on." Yeah, you guys gay or no? what's it?
And they're like, "No,
dude, we're
like,
good."
all right,
like,
well, you're
"You guys
gay.
want to kiss or something? You want to hug?" "No, we're good, man. We just already
You guys
did
can go
that."
get your freak on, that you won because you're gay." They're like, "No, we're not.
We're not gay.
Totally not gay at all, dude."
Thinking back, this gimmick actually was really good.
Yeah.
You guys are gay? No, dude. So after that, we go back to the backstage, and wow, my God, Hogan and Kevin Nash finally found Scott Hall.
Yeah, Hogan and Nash are looking for Scott Hall again. They find him, and Scott is, he's got tape over his mouth, going, trying to warn them. And Nash drops the pipe, "Drink beer." Austin attacks him, locks him in the cage. He steals Scott Hall away. He says, "Look at your little friend. He's going bye-bye. He's going bye-bye. There's no way out. Get it?"
Yeah, I love that Stone Cold thinks, he probably thinks that NWO just stands for No Way Out. He's like, "We have the whole pay-per-view. What? NWO what?"
Yeah, so he steals Hall once again.
Stephanie McMahon comes out. She goes, "It's my time. It's my time."
She gets
so
in the
ring.
ring.
She still has "It's my time," but Triple H doesn't.
No.
Triple H has got his new one. He's got, "I got you."
She has it for a while, too, I feel like. I don't know when she changes to "I'm all grown up now." When she comes GM, maybe? Is that when she changes it?
Yeah, maybe. When did we watch with Lesnar? Was that 2003?
That would have been, I feel like that's 2003, so that's not too far away.
Yeah, I feel like her entrance music was different at that point. So yeah, I feel like we're not too far away from that.
She gets in the ring and somebody throws popcorn at her.
You trash bag ho? Chris Jericho comes out and says, "She ain't a trash. Calm down. She ain't a trash bag ho no more." She's all right.
She says, "Before we watch Undertaker kick Triple H's ass tonight, I have an announcement to make." And it cuts to a sign in the crowd. And this sign.
Oh, not this sign.
This sign. I have no fucking idea what this guy was going for. It says HHH going vertically down the left side. And then it says, "Steph, your YOUR game is over," in each spot of the H's. So I don't know if this guy got the wrong message about what HHH stands for.
To be fair, back in the day, I did a sign just like that for Rob Van Dam. I did, yeah, for Rob Van Dam. I did a sign back when I was in middle school. We went to a one in Richmond, and we were really big on Rob Van Dam at the time.
As you should be.
And we did a sign. I think we wrote like RVD, WWF, SmackDown, but it was like all, you know what I mean? It wasn't like in a row. It was just like.
That's. I mean, I would have made
here's
fun of
what
you
we did. I'll show it on the screen for the.
Oh,
you
shit.
Can't see here, but I'll show it on the
screen.
It says RVD, but then it goes Rob Van Dam down, so it looks like RVD, OA, BNM, WWF.
Do you still have that? You have the picture?
Yeah, I still have the picture.
It?
No.
God.
I'm trying to show it on the screen, but I don't think my camera's going to catch it.
All right, that's fine.
But yeah, it's a great picture.
I went to a house show one time, and my dad and I made a sign. It was a Triple H sign, but it was an anti-Triple H sign. It said, it had HHH down the side, but it said Hunter's Huge Honker. It had a nose drawn on it.
I got it to work.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, you can see it a little bit.
Wait, where am I looking?
It's scuffed. You can't see it. They can see it.
Oh, okay.
On Patreon.
Yeah, true. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was trying to show it to them, but yeah, it's real scuffed. We were young and whatever.
That's pretty good. Yeah, whatever. Cool.
This is how it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chris Jericho interrupts. Of course,
the guy with the hairy shirt.
Yeah, he's fucking. This is like peak Chris Jericho stuff here.
What a look.
He's got the Guy Fieri shirt shit on. He's got the pants. He's got the dip hair.
Dip
He's
dye.
just looking good, man. He just looks incredible.
With both belts, too?
Yeah, NBA Twitter definitely would not have roasted him back then.
No, he looked cool as fuck here.
Nowadays, I don't know. That's a little different story.
Yeah.
He's the undisputed champion. He does his entire fucking entrance here. I mean, this is a promo. He does his entire fucking entrance here. And I love the story of him winning the undisputed title. He's like, I went to the hotel and I ate food in the room by myself.
Yeah, and nobody was there to congratulate me after the match.
That was a really good story. I like that.
That sucks.
Jericho said, I never really meant all those things. You remember, Stephanie, I called you disgusting.
Dirty, disgusting, trash bag. But you know what, Stephanie? I never meant any of those things. I was just saying that to get a rise out of these people. And now that I'm champion, I see you for exactly what you are. And that is a brilliant, calculating, conniving genius. Which, of course, leads to our favorite chant. Slut! Slut!
The crowd did not buy this at all.
She didn't even do anything. She did nothing wrong.
JL always said, yeah, you say it. You go, you tell it.
And Stephanie says, I will ensure that you never, ever lose that title. We should be more than friends. Let's be business partners.
And Tim White said, can I look at your ass?
Yeah, let me see your asshole, please. Yeah, so yeah, Stephanie and Jericho get out of the ring because they're going to go on commentary. This is another show that I had to watch this week with Jericho on commentary, and it was both good, so it's okay with me. Stephanie is sitting on the apron. Tim White comes over and like helps her get off the apron, and I think he kisses her hand. And then he definitely looks at her ass, and Jericho walks by him, and Tim White winks at him. Like, what the fuck do I not know here about Tim White?
Tim White was taking liberties with Stephanie at this point. Yeah, I was like, what's happening here? This is a little rough.
Also, what the hell was Stephanie's announcement?
I think her announcement was going to be that she fucking hates Triple H.
Was the announcement that she's going to make sure Triple H doesn't win? Was that all it was?
Yeah, I think it was just going to be something simple like that.
Okay, fair enough.
Much. So we go into the main event, which is Triple H versus Undertaker, and I have to say, this is probably one of the best main events I've ever seen in my entire life.
I mean, in terms of, if you're going to go back in there, I mean, now that Undertaker's career is over, I imagine Triple H will have another match, but if you go back in the history of pro wrestling with these two, I mean, they've had Mania matches together, multiple Mania matches together. They've had other pay-per-view matches together, even against other opponents. In terms of just pure quality, I don't know if you can find a better match than this one with these two.
Yeah, this is easily, I mean, psychology-wise, yeah, there's a lot moving for it.
It's real smart stuff, too.
So Triple H walks out to his Not My Time music.
Not my time.
Triple H walks over to the table, he grabs some water, and then spits it on Stephanie and Jericho.
Right in their face.
Remember, Jericho is the undisputed champion at this point, not Triple H.
He is the top guy.
So Jericho then goes to attack Triple H. And then Triple H proceeds to whoop his ass for
Jericho had to jump on
straight minutes.
Jericho had to jump on him, and he got beat up.
He got his shit destroyed. Not only did he get beaten face-to-face, Stephanie got in the way, and Triple H had to stop because he was like, I don't want to beat up my wife. And he's like, yes, I do. So he's about to hit the pedigree on Stephanie. And then Jericho attacks him from behind, and then Triple H whoops his ass anyways.
He beats him up some more and clotheslines him into the crowd.
And then right as he clotheslines him into the crowd, keep rolling. What? So Undertaker then decides halfway through this ass beating, he said, I think I'm going to come out here. We can have that match.
I guess it's my time.
So he comes out on the motorcycle through the same hole that Stone Cold barrel rolled through earlier during the entrance.
It looked like it was definitely a lower motorcycle than usual. He was low to the ground.
This Big Evil look is so goaded. Like, it's incredible.
He looks fucking so cool.
He looks
really cool. What a cool fucking
cool
nickname Big Evil is, by the way.
Yeah, this was a great run for him.
Yeah.
So he comes out and he's like, I'm going to come have this match. So he gets off the motorcycle. He parks it. He gets up on the apron. Triple H punches him. He gets back off, puts his glasses back on, and then rides the motorcycle right out of the arena.
The music never stops playing this whole time.
He puts the glasses back on and leaves.
He gets bumped off the apron. He says, "You got that," and he leaves. He just drives away.
Rides that shit right back out.
There's no main event.
10 out of 10. Big Evil has done the damn thing. I can't believe it.
Hell yeah.
That's probably one of my most remembered looks for whatever reason for Undertaker. Maybe it's just the
bandana
red
and the hoodie.
Bandana, yeah, and the hoodie and the red hoodie
Yeah.
is always something I always remember.
That's how I dress now.
Just big evil right now. 20 years fucking later.
Hey, man, it still holds up.
So then after that, we get the ending segment of the show, which is Stone Cold talking to himself some more.
Even though Scott Hall's tape has been ripped off, Austin is still just talking to himself.
So Scott Hall's getting his ass whooped backstage. Stone Cold rips the tape off his mouth, and then as he rips the tape off, I'm like, is this even Scott Hall? Who is this guy? It does not look like Scott Hall.
It looked like an imposter.
Yeah, like it was like uncanny. It was real fucking weird. Anyways, he loads him into the back of the truck. What? The back of the pickup. What?
Well, he knocked Hall onto the floor, and he stares down. And he says, "Help! I've fallen. I can't get up." What? And stomps on him.
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. What?
Stone Cold, he's not even trying to put coherent sentences together anymore.
No,
he's just looking for reasons to say
He's just
what.
memeing. This is a big meme guy.
Just shit posting in real life.
Yeah.
So Stone Cold throws him in the back of the truck. They come out to the arena. Stone Cold gets out. He throws the Broken Skull cooler full of beers into the ring.
God, I would love to have one of those. I don't even drink
Me
beer.
too.
And I want one of those.
Yeah, we were talking about that. That fucking cooler is
should-
dope as hell. We should look into that.
Yeah, you know, it's off the record. Don't
Take
listen.
some gimmicks trees here.
I think
Scott
so.
Hall then took a bump in the back of the truck. And then Stone Cold, the whole thing was a rib on Scott Hall being a drunk.
This
His
is
whole thing was a
entirely
rib.
just fucking on him for being a drunk. Like not even just like a tongue-in-cheek thing. It's like, I'm gonna whoop this drunk's ass and then I'm gonna pretend he doesn't drink. What?
What?
He drags Hall into the ring. He hits Hall with a beer, and then he gets on the mic and says, "Hey yo, what?" I said, "Hey yo, what?" Tremendous.
He's down now.
This was just Vince being like, big middle finger, fuck all that. You guys ain't
Fuck
shit.
you. You left me, you pussy. Now you're gonna pay.
Drink a beer.
Austin says, "Yeah, I thought we drink a beer. What? A 𝙉𝙤, a brewski, a ₌
As he gets further in, he just stops being coherent at all.
He says, "You ain't thirsty? You cost me the title, and now you don't want to drink a beer with Stone Cold? You hurt my feelings. What? You make me feel bad." Melancholy.
Why did he say that?
I don't know. I want to cry. What? I want to cry. And then I wrote, Austin is taking liberties with this promo.
Dude, he is. And Scott can't say anything. He was probably told, don't say anything. Just let Stone Cold go off on a tangent. He goes, you drunk? What? You got a buzz? What? You don't feel
You're
good?
gonna go to rehab? You want to go to arrest again?
Yeah,
DUI?
what the fuck, dude?
Gonna ruin your life? Ruin your career? The hell?
You gonna go to TNA? What?
Gonna punk out?
Bro, you punk.
And then this is I know the Hogan thing, the what thing on the side of the car you said was the funniest thing, but I think this next thing that Austin does is so fucking hilarious. He says, "Well, I'm gonna kick this son of a bitch every time you say what." And then the crowd just keeps saying what, and he stomps him so many times. And then after stomping him like 20 times, he says, "I keep kicking him, but I don't want to wear out a good shoe."
He punches him and goes, that's my drinking hand. What?
Yeah. Damn it, that's my drinking hand. Hogan and Nash are still trapped backstage. And Austin, he says, "You know what? I'm tired of whooping your ass. Let's drink a beer."
And Scott goes, okay.
So he gives him a beer. And he just stuns him. He
And
stuns
Scott-
him. And Hall does a great sell. And not only that, but his chain lands in his mouth.
It's incredible. It is a top tier stunner here. Just incredible. Stone Cold did not
God.
give that same regard.
No,
When Scott
not
gave
at
him the
all.
stunner, he said, piss off.
And Austin puts his watch to his ear. He listens to his watch, and he goes outside the ring, and he gets the spray paint from inside of his car. He gets in the ring, and the crowd chanting 316, 316. I thought he were going to write what on his back. I don't know what. They're smarter than I am, because I wouldn't have thought of 316.
Yeah, I thought he was going to spray paint NWO style for life. What?
He's going to spray paint alcoholic, drunk, bastard.
Go to TNA. You punked out and you're a punk. What?
Waste of life.
Eric Young, get on down here. What? Steve was taking all night. I thought at some point Scott was going to get one up on him. He didn't.
Yeah, anything. Like,
He didn't. And then at WrestleMania, still going to beat the brakes off of him.
yeah, he whipped his ass. He spray
Get the
paints
fuck outta here.
316 on Hall's back, and everyone's happy, and the show goes off the air. So I read this after during the scene between the beginning one where he was like tied up to the chair and Austin like poured beer on him. Supposedly that was filmed at like 2 or 3 a.m. and Hall they did the duct tape over his mouth because he was on antabuse, which is like I guess when you're trying to fucking stop drinking, that you get prescribed this to stop fucking drinking. It's like a counseling thing. So any beer touching his mouth would make him violently fucking sick. Even the smell of it would like make him sick. So Scott was like getting violently sick just due to the smell of that
story
shit.
is crazy, man.
Which leads to even more proof that they were fucking with this dude so hard. Because he like, surely he said, hey, maybe Scott Hall's a trooper and he said, we'll just do it. But maybe someone should have said, hey, maybe don't do this.
I mean, to be fair to Scott, he was never a world's champion, but
no,
he did anything ever you asked him to do. So like, that's a good.
This also, I mean, they did that whole angle in WCW where his gimmick was "I'm drunk forever, for life."
They did it in WWF.
NWO for life, drunk style.
They did it in TNA. They did it everywhere.
Yeah, you're right.
He's never after that. That's the only gimmick he ever had.
Forever drunk guy. Yeah, that's true.
Rough. This was a fun episode of SmackDown.
It was, yeah.
Tony actually picked this, I think, too. I'm sad he wasn't here to talk about it with us.
It's a shame, yeah. So, Tony, go to hell.
Or France.
Same difference.
Now it's time to talk about Raw from March 25th, 2002.
Raw's War and War.
Yeah.
This shook some memories because this is also the beginning of the season mode in Shut Your Mouth.
How awesome is that? It's literally the exact thing.
Good evening.
So how did this, do you know the reasoning behind the draft? Did they just say like, I remember reading about it.
Why they did it.
Yeah, shoot. I remember reading about it back in the day. It was like, they just wanted to split the things because Vince was like,
I think it was just Vince, WCW's gone. So he wanted to make his own competition. Like that's I know that's a meme, but
plus they had like an influx of talent, and they're like, we have
they probably had too many fucking people. Which when you look at it, 20 years later, they still have too many fucking people.
Yeah. So Linda McMahon comes in at the beginning of the show. She's on her own little program. I guess it's like a in-circuit program. I don't really know how this works. Where did they watch this? What channel was this on? So Linda McMahon's on TV in her own little studio and everything. It looks like ESPN, to be honest with you. She talks about the rules of the draft. She says, "Good evening," period. And her name card says WWFE CEO.
That was really weird. Why?
I don't know.
Is that how it is? Like
it used to be WFE.
Is that how the stocks say?
Is that what it used to say?
It used to be WFE, but then they're just like, oh, we can't do the F. We gotta get the F out.
Was it WWFE?
It wasn't. They never called it WFE, but it was like their corporate name was WF.
World Wrestling Effie.
Effie's here. Damn.
Cool.
So Ric Flair is the Raw general manager at the time.
Woo!
Vince McMahon is the SmackDown general manager.
It's me.
The draft becomes effective next week. So
you and I are partners. Do you remember that when Vince grabbed his ear?
Yeah, I was playing with his ear because I think that the Vince ear thing was that was his signal for Austin's music to hit, and then they just weren't doing it, so he just kept tugging his ear.
So real. They did it later. I remember DX made fun of it later on too.
Yeah.
So Chris Jericho, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon cannot be drafted during this draft because they are in a championship triple threat, and we really don't know how this is going to work out later on in the evening.
No, not a clue.
Just not even a little bit. Stephanie McMahon could be the champion by the end of the night. Woo.
I wish. That would have been fucking awesome.
That would awesome. Yeah, that would have ruled.
The match actually ended up being pretty good, too.
I did enjoy it. Shirley, that fucking Jezebel was in the
way. Stone Cold can't be drafted either because of a contractual clause, a.k.a. I don't give a shit about this.
I don't want to work.
a.k.a. he's going to take his ball and go home if he's drafted to either brand.
He's a free agent, man, so he can be kind of used on either show however they see fit. He's the ratings draw here, so they didn't want to put him on
Stone Cold's going to tell you about the war, what? Vietnam, what?
God, they really did talk about that later. That's crazy. Yeah. Oh, boy, I can't wait to talk about that. JR was off one tonight. He was kind of going crazy.
JR was fired up for this fucking show.
Yeah.
But yeah, 20 picks will be made live, and then a lottery will be held on WWF.com after the show.
Supplemental draft on the WWE.com.
Real supple.
It's my life in a box in front of me. Take a chunk of my arms, it's all of me. That rules, man. I love this intro so much. I'll say it every time. Every time we watch one of these Raws, I will fucking say this theme song every time because I love it. Yeah, I guess it's kind of bittersweet because wrestling will never be this again. And every time we watch one of these Raws, I kind of get a little sad. It's like a part of me dies. I'm like, I guess we'll never get this ever again.
No, it won't be that cool ever again. But you know, whatever. We can reminisce, and we can also reminisce about JR's WWF collared shirt with a popped collar.
Hey, he had a point to prove tonight, man.
You ain't sending me nowhere, motherfucker.
So the first match of the evening is Taz versus Mr. Perfect.
What the this was blew my mind. Taz comes out, shitty little gear, looking shitty, and then Mr. Perfect comes out, and I'm like, whoa, that's pretty cool. And Taz comes out, and they're also advertising forcible entry. Yeah, available tomorrow.
Except they didn't want to license that song, and they just didn't. Actually,
they dubbed it over. Yeah,
and they dubbed it over. Because they didn't fucking care. And then commentary comes back in like halfway through, and they cut out a Taz's song, and they're just talking about.
That album is pretty sweet though. Forcible entry. I'm pretty sure that's. I think the Drowning Pool Triple H song is on there. I think Stacy's song is on there too.
I remember this album name because I was like, is that really the album name?
It's, breaking and entering, bro.
Yeah, that's...
Gotta smash through.
This was weird. This was really weird, champ, because you see Taz, then Mr. Perfect walks in. And I know that he was working at this point, but it's still crazy to me that he is in this era of WWF.
He's also not there long, though, right? Because I feel like he's in TNA in the same year.
Next year.
He came in the Rumble, right?
Is it? Next year?
He's in 2003.
Okay.
So he gets released after the plane ride from hell, where he gets in the fight with Brock Lesnar.
Yes, which from how he talked in the promo that I cut here, he may have been just as drunk as he was on that plane ride.
The promo to the match, bro.
Yes.
So is that why he got released in WWE? Because he
couldn't stop drinking. Yeah, and then the plane ride from hell, where he got in a fight with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
So he came in the Rumble, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where he made his return,
which was awesome.
Out here. Okay.
He looked great.
He did. Yeah. He looked incredible shape. The problem here is that I'm guessing maybe he just expected this, since this match was only to go like a minute or two. He's like, maybe me and Taz can call it in the ring. Yeah, no.
Holy God, dude.
No, you can't.
What the hell was this match? He gets on the mic, and it's only like one line. They definitely said, go out there and say that you're the perfect pick for the draft. And he grabs the mic, and he says, you know what? He looks at the ref, and he might as well have just yet line. Just so confused. And he says, well, I'm the example of the perfect pick. And then he starts beating Taz's ass with a microphone. Like it was Taz's fault that he forgot his line.
And then you could tell that Vince was in the commentaries here, like, please explain to the TV audience what he was saying. Yeah, he said he's the perfect pick. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna fucking job his son out forever. His son's fucked. You tell that little bastard he's jobbing a ball in 10 years.
60-minute Iron Man match. That's an all-time Raw segment. That's an all-time Raw segment where Triple H keeps getting in and out of the ring and whooping this guy's ass. That's awesome.
Like, they actually did wrestle, and then, like, in the middle of the match, like, Triple H is like, whoa, I got a brain injury. And, like, falling around, and then he died.
Yeah, well.
And that was the last we saw of Triple H.
R.I.P. Triple H.
Now he's Papa H. Some other guy took his place. It's crazy. Stop human cloning.
Fucking Kurt. This match was a fucking disaster.
Stop cloning, fuck.
What happened here?
Dude.
I'll show you. His kid's like probably like 3 at the time. He's probably standing next to Vince while this match is going on, looking after his kid. Hey, your dad is fucking up out there.
Oh man! All right, so, yeah, they
James broke me already. Fuck.
Look at him.
We're 5 minutes into this review and already fuck.
So no one even. Dude, okay, so
Fucking Perfect does a perfect flex into the ropes at one point.
Taz's foot was definitely like under the rope.
And he was holding the rope too.
He probably wasn't even supposed to do that move. No one.
What the fuck?
Shoot.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
They didn't call anything before this match. They try to get into the corner and they're trying to punch each other and they're so fucking confused. They're just
Slap
like, I
fighting.
don't even know what's going on. And Taz says, all right, well, fuck it.
That's what I wrote. This is a mess. 𝐸𝐸.
I feel like that was the gimmick. Hey, Taz, you're not going to get shit until the ∞ but
I mean, that's fine. That's all he needs to do, really.
that's all everybody wanted to see anyway.
That's
Watch
the
it in
perfect-
pop crazy.
Taps out to the ∞ and then Taz gets on the mic and says, it looks like the perfect pick has just become just another victim, brother.
The crowd loved it, dude. I couldn't remember them being so
I
over
love that
just
line.
another victim.
Yeah,
I can't believe they don't bring that back now. I fucking love that line.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's sweet. So we get the first bit of the rest of the night, which is them going back and forth between the war room and what's actually happening
War
on TV.
room.
Yeah, Rick's war room. Arn Anderson's back there hanging out.
Drunk.
Yeah, you know he can't fucking
Pissing.
work. Yeah, so he has to be back here doing this.
Well, his back is
His back is fucked up. He can't
wrestle
work.
ever.
He can't work no more.
Dumbass. Liberties, ladies and gentlemen. Liberties.
So we get our first war room segment. Rick and Arn are flipping through different forms or whatever. It turns out all the forms are just folders with pictures of wrestlers. There's no information.
It's 8x10s of wrestlers.
Just a picture. Yeah.
Because it goes to Vince McMahon, who's looking at a folder, and then he puts it on the table and walks out of the room. He's like, I guess I don't really need to look at anything.
But no, they never looked at the back of them other than Kurt. They never took them out of the folder.
Yeah, it looks down at the desk. There's a picture of Kurt Angle on the desk in this huge folder with nothing else in it. It's just a picture of Kurt. So, wow, that's pretty good information.
It's also horribly like, I don't know who put these together. They're all the same color folder, all closed, nothing written on any of them. How the fuck do you know what's going on in any of these folders? There's like fucking 40 of them.
I bet Rick and Arn's war room was way better than Vince's. WCW did it right.
Fuck WCW.
So Vince walks out of the room and he walks straight to the outside, right to the venue where they're at in Penn State, brother. They're in Penn State. Vince McMahon immediately gets barraged by what chance?
Asshole. And he says, well, thank you for the warm Penn State reception.
Vince was on fire in this segment here.
It's tremendous.
So Vince McMahon, you think he's going to pick Kurt Angle, but with the number one pick, he ends up picking The Rock.
Ooh.
I can't remember who I picked in Shut Your Mouth. It was probably Booker T or something.
I think I picked Hurricane first.
Yeah, I remember on YouTube, I was like, you're a big piece of shit. This is why I don't watch you. This is why I can't watch your shitty content. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's, whatever.
Yeah, true.
Sucker.
Actually, that was coming from me like a
So, he picks The Rock. Vince then tells The Rock, I got a few things for you. I got a couple things I want you to do more. No more foots in the candy asses. No more using the phrase, it doesn't matter. See, Rock, because it does matter.
It does. And Vince also
real
says,
good.
you and your friend Hulk Hogan have a lot in common. I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Oh, my God. Please don't do it. And what? They're just not. He's not getting anywhere.
It's fucked up. He says, so the crowd's chanting asshole, and Vince says, The Rock's my number one pick. Don't call him names like that.
Yeah,
Dude,
that was
on
real
fire.
good.
On fire.
And then he also says, I want to quote a famous comedian, Rock.
That's for all you Penn Stateites out there. So The Rock says, I want to go out with a bang on Raw for the very last time. Oh, The Rock's got a gun. So The Rock says, I won the WWF title on Raw. I made the Rock and Sock connection on Raw. I shoved your face up Rikishi's ass on Raw. And then, yeah, you heard it too. You heard it too. Okay.
JR is ranting on commentary and says, he says, deep, deep, deep.
Out of control. JR loved that segment. It's his favorite
out of his
segment.
mind.
Until it happened to JR too. So.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, it was. I mean, all the segments were keys. That was his forte. It was ass eating. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The Rock goes to one side of the arena. He says, I want you guys to say you are, and then he points to the other side of the arena, and I want you guys to say an asshole.
It's because the Penn State chant. We are Penn State. This had like the little
I
thing.
want this to be brought back, this chant, and I want it to be at DPW shows, and I wanted to say you are, and the other side says a pussy.
I want one side to say other side jackass, and I want the other side to say other side jackass.
Whoa.
You son of a bitch.
Leaking.
If you smell
Done it
now.
That's
Did
it.
this "you are an asshole" thing ever catch on? Did they do it next week?
I don't
even
think.
know.
I think they never did it again.
Yeah, probably. That's probably good for that too. Honestly,
You didn't like it?
Dude, if they said you are an asshole every single week for 9 years, no, I probably would hate it.
You are.
I would have probably hated it. Yeah.
Fuck that.
Do you like Judas, dude? You think that's you like you singing along with Judas?
How dare you?
Yeah, exactly, motherfucker. If you smell it. So we cut to Ric Flair's draft pick. He gets to pick his counter pick, number 1 pick now.
Is the Undertaker.
Who just whooped his ass at Mania.
And we get the fucking all-time Undertaker segment, too, where he throws the water bottle, throws the chair.
Gift, the all-time gift, yeah.
Lightly kicks the door.
Yeah, he just very nicely kicks it open and he doesn't even go out to the fucking ramp. He goes to Vince's office.
Which is, of course, through the Raw door.
So Vince is super pissed, and for good reason. I mean, he got WWF's favorite band, Limp Bizkit. He don't get that on SmackDown.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Kurt storms into Vince's office and is like, you hurt my feelings. You didn't pick me first.
No,
Hands on his hips.
you missed the joke. He goes, "Can you believe that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can't believe it. You hurt my feelings."
I can't believe you hurt
was
my
thinking
feelings like that. You
He
didn't
was
pick me
thinking about
first.
something else. He thought you were talking about Taker, but no.
Well, he thought, of course.
Then Undertaker storms into the office. I guess. I don't know why he didn't go on the stage. Sure.
Why wasn't I informed?
What was the deal with this? Maybe you guys, he goes, this better be the one time you keep your word, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
What
no,
the
I don't.
fuck is he implying here?
Well, I think it's because the Undertaker thinks wrestling is real. So,
Oh, he's winking. He's like, if you know what I mean, yeah.
If anyone knows what Taker meant, please let us know, because I have no idea. This better be the one time you keep your word, if you know what I mean. Like, is he just implying that Vince always lies?
He even
Or-
paused for the pop too. If you know what I mean,
If
no,
you know what I mean.
nobody
No,
knows.
I don't know what you mean,
Nobody
freak.
gets it. Kurt didn't know either. He's as confused as everybody
No
else
one
here.
knew.
So obviously, we'll probably figure that out later.
Yeah.
Edge and DDP face off against Christian and Booker T in a tag
Why?
team match.
Why did I wrote Edge parentheses fuck you James? What did I do that?
Yeah, my Durango,
Durango.
number 95.
Okay, that makes sense.
Edge, fuck you, James.
I wrote that during the show.
Dude, all-time elite level Edge here. This is fun.
Oh, this look is tremendous.
I wrote in my Durango / Caesar.
How
Because,
awesome
like-
is that?
Caesar.
His attire, his jacket. This is the Beast
The
jacket
purple.
too,
The purple is
Yeah.
fucking dope.
with the logo on it too. Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a really
And
good look here.
Also, Christian with that fucking crazy pyro looks awesome.
Oh, Christian he was awesome here. He actually got the full pyro this time.
Yeah, thankfully.
Christian was in incredible shape too. I never understood why he wore the mesh shirt.
Because it was cool
Sure.
and awesome.
It was cool back in the day, yeah.
There was a sign in the front row that said, it was someone had a Rab himself CKY3 sign.
Wait,
Dude,
where?
No.
In the front row.
This is in Pennsylvania. I swear that was Rab himself actually in
Wait,
attendance here. 'cause
What?
He's from,
Really?
He's from Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah, they are. They're like Lancaster.
So I guarantee Rab himself was at this show with the Rab himself CKY3 sign.
Whoa, I didn't even think of that. That's fucking
Because they're in
great.
your hometown, so yeah.
I gotta check that
Yeah.
again to see if anyone can get a screen cap of that. Wow, that'd be awesome.
So Edge comes out, Christian comes out, DDP comes out, Booker T comes out. They got everybody out here. We get like a level of elite level entrances. Like they all get pyro. They're all a big deal, and none of them are even near the main card here. Like it's
No.
actually kind of crazy. DDP comes
should've.
out. Yeah, DDP comes out with his Buster ass theme song.
God damn, this sucks.
You're killing me, Vince. You're killing him, honestly.
Can I take a moment and just say, fuck WWE?
Oh, hell yeah.
It's really a shame. The fact that DDP had it's the Undertaker curse. If you come in and face Taker in your first angle, you're fucked.
That's a
like,
wrap,
you
bro.
are
Yeah, that's
fucked
for true.
forever.
That's for shoot.
God damn, dude. Like, I couldn't give DDP anything after that. Like, couldn't try any other big angle with
fucking
DDP.
ruled, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
Booker T. This is like my definitive Booker T look. When I think of Booker T, this is how I remember Booker T.
Oh, he's
right here.
yoked too.
He's huge. He's got the little mini dreads, and it's awesome. He comes out like he pours water on his head, so when he shakes his dreads, the water goes everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he was so fucking cool here. And then Triple H said, "Yeah, let me find out."
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, Christian comes out, like I said, he's got the Christian. That's really dope. I honestly forgot about that Christian smile face he did. And then he did it coming down the ramp. And that's where Vince said, something about this guy just ain't right.
Ugly rat.
Something's fucking wrong with this guy. I don't know, man. It shows a flashback to DDP knocking Christian off the apron last week. Christian is wearing yellow cargo pants, a long sleeve blue shirt with no logos, and a beanie.
What the fuck is with Christian's attire? He never dresses well.
This dude was a menace. I don't know, dude.
At least he got the brown t-shirt. Fuck.
I thought it was going to be brown. When I saw the yellow pants, I'm like, he went with the brown shirt.
He loves the brown shirts.
He went with the blue shirt. It was close to brown, though, honestly.
Fuck.
DDP does the diamond cutter on Booker T and then does Booker T's taunt in this match. He looks at his hand 5 times. All the matches tonight were really, really short to the point where there isn't much going on. Yeah, and I like that. I thought it was for this kind of show.
Well, they had to draft 20 people, didn't they? So you gotta keep it fast.
Even towards the end, they started just throwing names out.
Just
Day in the WWF, which honestly I'm surprised we don't see that more. It's a good way to define the characters a little more. I like that. But this was the slowest finisher sprint I've ever seen in a match ever.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it was the end of the match either. Like Booker hits his finish, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right, it's over.
Yeah, that's it. DDP ends up losing straight up to Booker T scissor kick.
Cool.
So there you go. Just like I said, all 4 elite level guys, and then like it just goes off the rails for all of them for a while. It's just kind of tough.
Speaking of that Rab himself sign, there was also a sign that said, "You're not undisputed without the NWA World Title." So
damn.
Wow.
And then Christian quit.
He said,
saw that sign. He saw that sign. I'm out of here.
Shit, half the roster at this point said I'm out of here at this point.
Yeah, it's true.
Vince McMahon's backstage. Vince thinks that Rick is going to draft his poison, the NWO.
A lethal dose of poison.
Kurt says, well, you should pick me instead. We're friends. We're chums.
Yeah, he's listing off his accomplishments on the back of his 8x10, and
Vince says,
I guess that was enough.
Yeah. All right, I draft Kurt Angle. We don't have to go out there to announce anymore. We just say it out loud. I declare Kurt Angle.
Imagine if that's how like the
Michael
NFL
Scott
draft was just sitting around anywhere, just in the locker room. A camera just happens to be there. Oh, I picked this guy.
You could make a great story out of that. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
So Ric Flair, of course, gets his second pick. And I'll be damned, he picked the NWO.
Son of a bitch.
What a mastermind. I can't believe he would do that. Yeah, he drafted 3 dudes at once in one round.
How was that not either of their first pick? 3 guys.
Not thinking at all. I really don't know. Vince is not happy because, the NWO, he brought him in. That's his poison.
It is. And he was like, I got another poison for you.
Oh, fuck. No.
Fuck. So Kurt
Stop
tries
the cloning.
He goes, you get this guy. And Vince goes, that's a good idea. I think I'm going to draft Chris Benoit.
No.
I feel like Kurt whispered in his ear. He's like, yeah, you should get Dean Malenko. And he's like, yeah, I got an idea.
Yes.
They shake things up.
What the fuck am I doing?
So Ric Flair's backstage. The NWO goes to meet with Rick. X-Pac his gimmick now is Karate Meister. He's the karate man. They meet with Rick backstage. X-Pac says, look, man, we only listen to Vince, bro. We really don't care about you. And then Rick says, Rick says, well, good thing that literally no one in this whole company gives a fuck about any of you.
Scott Hall's gear looked cool, though.
X-Pac, I love this X-Pac gear.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
They made a figure of all those gears, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the X-Pac gear was awesome. Scott Hall looked great here, too. Even though, this is last time he looked great for a long time, but he looked good here.
Well, he punked out.
They said, you don't blow the NWO off like this. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Nash said that or something like that. So were they foreshadowing? Did they beat up Ric Flair or something at one time? I don't remember.
Well, they beat up Ric Flair in the whole WCW run, so maybe.
Yeah, that's why I was like, they didn't call back to any of that during this. I thought they were going to call back to the WCW stuff, but I guess they
remember when we kicked your ass in WCW.
Nobody knows about that shit. Who was watching?
So Ric Flair goes, all right, well, I'm going to pick Kane. Okay.
And they didn't get scared, but they all just like left the room as if that was like enough to scare them off.
Yeah,
and then off camera they were saying shit. Did you hear him talking off camera? They're like,
no, what did he say?
Boot and the choke slam and the
Rick goes,
yeah, they were.
The temperature really picked up. The temperature of the room really picked up. I was like, okay.
And then the NWO offstage, like the big boot and the choke slam and the
hair
I don't know what there's
and the jeans and yeah, go for it.
Kevin Nash is calling all
16 consoles.
Speaking of Trish, we got Trish Stratus versus Ivory up next.
Hell yeah.
The crowd immediately chants, "We want puppies," and Jerry chants along with them. Ivory is mad underrated. She was gorgeous.
She was real fucking cool. She could work her ass off, and she looked great. I don't know. I mean, she did have the belt a few times, but like, God, it's just like in that era, it's like you might as well just did as little as everyone else did. But she tried. She tried her ass off.
Trish ends up winning this match with the Stratus faction. Gives her a little bit of that Stratus faction.
It might have been the first time she did it because they didn't know what to call. They didn't know what to call it. They didn't call it the Stratus faction.
I thought JR said she gave her a little bit of that Stratus faction.
Unless maybe he was just trying to start that. They also didn't call it the Stratosphere, that other fucking move she does. So
the one in the corner with the headset.
Yeah.
Oh,
does anybody steal that? Does anybody do that anymore? I thought that was a cool move.
Yes.
Somebody does that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
James Darnell does that on the indies.
No.
He loves his shoulder so much.
No. So after that, we get the Vince McMahon draft pick. He comes back out. The crowd immediately starts chanting, "You are an asshole." You are an asshole.
I fucking loved it.
Vince starts talking and then just starts walking away. So I'm not fucking dealing with this. And then they stop for a second. So he came back to the podium and they start chanting, "You are an asshole." Vince picks with his fourth pick, Hulk Hogan.
Oh, dude.
SmackDown seems really problematic, man. I don't know. Some really fucked up picks there.
Vince also started doing Hogan's taunts just for like 5 minutes.
Oh, the guitar strut? Yeah, that was pretty good. I like that, actually.
Yeah, he's doing the ear cupping.
Yeah, that was cool.
I like how they show a little Titantron kind of thing, and they show like little stats.
The stats. I like
it felt, I don't know. It was cool. Like when they do stuff that I don't expect them to do, like they go that little extra step, I always appreciate that.
They did it this way for a few years. I don't know when they gave up, though. Eventually, they give up.
They eventually give up on the draft about halfway through the show.
They give up on the company.
Well, yeah, I mean, damn, dude, we got the season finale coming up.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it already passed. I think we already had the season finale. We're already there. So we have Ric Flair's draft pick coming up. Ric Flair he just comes out immediately and says, "All right, I'm just Rob Van Dam."
And then they had all the wrestlers in that like back room, but they didn't really show them that often.
Yeah, they only showed them a few times, and then they walked out of the room. Where are you guys going?
Yeah, they're going to the other show.
Yeah, I guess they're going to the other room.
They're going
to the other room, just like right beside it.
Going to the SmackDown room or Raw room.
So that is Ric Flair's fourth pick. Eventually, I'll lose count, but that's his fourth pick here. Yes. Vince is pissed off because Ric Flair picked RVD, and Kurt says, "When did you become a big RVD fan?" And Vince goes, "What?
Whoa.
Spider-Man." And Kurt goes, "Damn, you're right." So Vince says, "You know what, man? I just wanted the Intercontinental title, and RVD's holding it." And Kurt says, "Well, let's make a match for tonight, and I'll bring the damn Intercontinental title to SmackDown with me." And Vince goes, "Man, Kurt, I should have drafted you first." I was like, "Oh, look at this."
Vince has a big ass smile on his face. Man, this guy is smart. I'm glad I got
smart guy here, man. Then we cut back to The Rock and Hogan backstage. Hogan goes up to Rock and goes, "Look, man, I'm just as over as you. Don't think you're better than me."
Listen, I put you over once, kid. That's it.
Hogan and Rock are pissed because the NWO have slightly inconvenienced them by adding X-Pac to their team.
Yeah, like, but he's got nunchucks too. You can't forget that.
And karate kicks.
That's true.
This is a little different from the NWO when they first joined and they killed The Rock.
They actually murdered him. Yes.
They killed The Rock and now they just have X-Pac. So,
The Rock's a nice guy. He forgives very easily.
Forgive and forget. Rock and Hogan versus the NWO in a handicap match later on tonight.
Why would you decide to do that?
X-Pac's not really much of it's basically a tag team match.
Let's put X-Pac to the side. Bam, non-fight.
We get a Vince McMahon draft pick. The crowd chants, "You are an asshole."
Every time. Every time. It didn't get old the whole show for me.
It was good. Vince McMahon picks his 5th pick, which is Billy and Chuck. And with Billy and Chuck comes Rico.
Yes, because they are the tag champions, so champions get drafted together.
Yes, so I would have just went after all the teams, honestly. That probably would have been the move.
Yeah.
If you did NWO and Billy and Chuck in your first 2 picks, you have 5 guys already.
Yeah, that's actually, and you have some titles. That's actually a really good pick.
Hell yeah.
So it shows the NWO walking backstage because their match is about to be next. X-Pac is playing with his nunchucks.
They're walking really slow, but X-Pac is like jogging in place because he's trying to like get them to keep up.
Well, Hall
with
and
him.
Nash can't go too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that, but X-Pac is like, come on, let's go, guys.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Now it's time for the lugs, boots, shoes, attitude flashback of the night.
Nice.
SmackDown flashback where the NWO put Rock through a table and then X-Pac came out and they hit Hogan with a chair. Whoa!
In the head.
Now they're
right in the head.
What did Cole say? Now they're extra poisonous. Oh God.
They really wanted the NWO to be poison. I don't know why they thought that was the buzzword. That's the buzzword they're going for. Poison.
That's because WCW sucks. That's why. That's the real word here.
Fuck you, Ted.
Yeah, Ted, you bitch.
So we have Hogan and Rock versus the NWO. And you know
Hogan
what, man?
and his fake fucking theme.
Yeah, like this is how I always remembered Hogan's theme sounding. It was like a dying duck.
Wow. It's not like a fucking porn song.
Oh yeah, it's Val Venus's TNA theme.
Yeah.
Dude, this match on paper is nuts.
It's loaded.
Versus Hall, Nash, and X-Pac. Like, what the fuck?
I thought it was kind of weird that, like, The Rock didn't have any hesitation at all here. I mean, he gets into the ring, and it's Nash, Hall, and X-Pac all in NWO gear, and then he's standing next to Hogan, who is also still in NWO gear.
With no logos.
It's Hollywood gear. It's Hollywood gear.
But, like, come on. Like, he's not a little hesitant that he's going to get fucked up here.
Logos. Yeah, he's fine. Everything's good.
Weird.
And he's definitely not afraid of the NWO. Are you kidding? These dudes are jabronis,
Yeah,
dude.
I guess not. They jabroni them the whole run, don't they?
They beat the fuck out of him right now.
All they give them is that one Rock thing, huh?
Yeah, that was it. It was just basically separating Hogan from him, and then you guys can do whatever the fuck you want. You go with TNA.
Fuck, yeah. Yeah, they get their asses whooped here, too. You're right.
Yeah. So X-Pac gets...
TNA.
X-Pac comes in with this karate gimmick, goes, wah-pa-pa, gets his feet all up, and The Rock then does the wah-pa-pa. I was like, damn, man, you're not going to let them have anything.
The punch, wapa-cha punch.
Yeah. Spits in his hand and everything.
So this much.
He nippled up. I don't know, man. X-Pac's fucking just distraught over these nipples.
Big supple. That's a supplemental draft right there, Kane.
Dude, X-Pac is sitting in the ring as Kane's walking to the ring. He's saying, wah-pa-pa-cha, wah-pa-cha-cha. He's got the nunchucks going crazy. I was like, oh shit, here we go.
He gets beat up. Kane goes to chokeslam Hall, and X-Pac hits him with a chair, and then X-Pac gets beat up, and Kane chokeslams Hall anyway, and then the NWO win by DQ.
Okay, so let's talk about that. First off, let me just say, Kane, you know, you had your nipples out and stuff, but I gotta appreciate how yoinked you were at this point. You were fucking
he was gigantic.
Huge.
They should have strapped him up immediately.
Yeah. So Hulk Hogan at the end of this match, after Kane comes out, you know, and interferes on their behalf in this match.
Because the match that, let's just remind everybody, Rock and Hogan asked for this match. This was their idea. And then their NWO are whooping their ass in the match that they decided to have. And then Kane comes out to make the save. And then they're surprised when they get DQ'd.
Hulk Hogan raises everyone's hand, and Lillian goes, and the winners are not fucking you. And Hogan's like, whoa, what?
Whoa. What are you talking about, brother?
I didn't win? Yeah, what the fuck? I don't know, man. No. Like, Kane came out. This whole thing with Kane.
But I'm creative, dude.
Dude, he raised Kane's hand like he won the match. Like, Kane's not in this fucking match.
Not only that, Kane's pyro went off. Like, he was still not a part of the match, but he didn't do the taunt. It just went off.
Okay, so NWO won the match. They played their music, cut it off halfway through, did Kane's pyro, played Kane's music. What the fuck?
Vince, wow, look how big it is. Play all this shit.
My God, bro. What the hell? All right, so we move on. Ric Flair's War Room again. Vince breaks into the room and he goes, well. And this is where it just goes completely off the rails. They just start speed picking picks.
They give up here. Yeah.
Ric Flair goes, well, I'm going to draft Booker T. And then Vince goes, well, I'm going to draft Edge. And then Ric Flair goes, well, I'm going to draft the Big Show. And then he goes, I'm going to draft the Rikishi.
He says, I'll take the big chi, or did he say the big cheeks? What did he
I thought he
say?
was say the big cheeks. I swear he was.
I thought he said the big cheeks.
Because
But
then Rick follows up. He goes, great. Well, then maybe we'll get to see him set that big fat ass on your face again. I was like, yeah.
And Vince pushed him.
He had enough. He said, don't you
You son of a bitch, I'm out of here. And then he pulled out a pair of nunchucks. And, oh my God.
And then The Rock said, I'm going to come out. That's awesome.
And then Kane came in and pyro went off.
And then Kane won somehow. I don't fucking know how this works. No one knows. Hogan's very surprised too. He doesn't know either.
I'm still surprised.
We have her fucking head off the announcer table.
Oh my God.
Rico doesn't even attempt to like catch her. He's just like, whatever.
No, she gets annihilated here. What the fuck?
Dude's a menace. Yeah, I don't know. Jeff ends up hitting the schoolboy on Billy, and he ends up winning the match there. I thought maybe they were going to do matches for picks, but I guess they hadn't done it at this point yet.
No, I think that's later on.
That's way later, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that's like maybe even like 08, 09.
Yeah, it's way latter. But in my head, maybe because of the game, like 12 and stuff.
I mean, that is a cool idea, though. They should have did it sooner.
I think I think like the week before the draft, having matches for the draft would be pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool idea. We should do that. Okay. So then there was a little commercial. It says, I was there.
I was there.
you
should say.
Yeah, the propaganda video. I was there live.
I was there when Trish had to bark like a dog.
I was there when Vince McMahon's face was in Rikishi's cheeks.
I was there when they screwed Brett.
I was there for the tribute show that shouldn't have happened.
To the troops, of course.
Yes, of course, the troops. WWF Live, the moments are waiting. AKA, please come to these fucking shows, man. We did not think that buying WCW would do this.
We're doing this draft, so you guys can come to both shows. Please come.
Please.
Buying WCW really did hurt the business a lot. Very much so.
We can't afford this Jimmy Hart song library. Please, come to the
Can't afford anything. So we have Ric Flair and Vince draft picking again. Once again, they're just going at it. They're sitting in the seats. They're not even coming out anymore. I said, fuck it. Rick drafts Bubba Ray Dudley, which is weird, champ, because everybody else just came as a team. Why did the NWO
was so
get
good because Flair's like, I'm gonna get the Dudley boys. I'm gonna start by picking Bubba Ray. I'm like, you dumb son of a bitch.
The Dudleys don't have the pull the NWO have, and Billy and Chuck are tag champions, so that's just
Flair's
the rules.
mistake. This is Ric Flair's big mistake.
Oh, you think he could have drafted Dudleys? He just didn't.
Yeah, he just
maybe he didn't know Devon's name.
Maybe Devin.
I draft Bubba Ray Dudley and aaron Dudley.
Aaron.
I draft Bubba and
Donovan.
Dudley 2. Deuce
well,
Dudley.
one of those doesn't fucking count, and it's Bubba Ray Dudley. You get Deuce Dudley. So Vince goes, well, fuck it. He shuffles his papers, and I was like, what's that fucker's name? Donovan? Devon. I draft Devon Dudley.
Devin
Dudley.
And so they straight up break up Team 3D. They're fucking pissed. They give each other a handshake, the hug. He whispers in his ear, I'll see you in the Impact Zone, brother.
You know that actually
they
got
hug,
like
and
a
definitely
big...
there's somebody in the back that goes, ah!
There's someone in the back going,
yeah.
Probably Spike.
They got a reaction from the crowd. I don't know if it was like added in, but the crowd actually was like, "Oh man, this kind of sucks." We like,
I mean,
why the
weird.
fuck would they break him up? Yeah, that was really
because Vince is
short-sighted.
Vince fucking doesn't think tag teams are money, bro.
Yeah, well, guess what? They go to the Impact Zone soon.
Hey, this brought us Deacon Batista and Big Dave Batista, so it all worked out.
Deacon Dudley. That's what I want.
They're gonna Deacon. So Rikishi versus William Regal is next. William Regal comes out with the European Championship. As far as I know, he's the only European champion on this show forever. Every time we watch it, he's always the European champion.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Why, no one else needs it.
So Rikishi comes out. What were you saying?
Go ahead. I was gonna say during this match they want you to watch Clock Stoppers.
Whoa.
Wait, what? What is that?
You remember Clock Stoppers?
That was right before Clock Suckers.
Clock Suckers. That's awesome.
And Clock
Stoppers
Goblin.
where it's basically Click. Imagine the movie
Clock
Click.
Goblins. That's awesome.
You want to watch Cock Slobbers? Gobblers? I don't know. Fuck it. I ruined a joke. Let's move on. I suck. I can't make jokes today. I'll get you on the back. I wish I had a clock stopper now.
Let's go back in time.
Don't take that out.
So it
So
cuts
they
back.
were talking about cock gobblers. Yes.
Yeah,
Clock
so-
stoppers.
Okay, so
Clock Stoppers is a
Tony, what
movie.
is that?
It's like imagine the movie Click, but it's like a kid with
Click.
a watch. It's Adam Sandler with Click. Remember that movie?
Yeah, fuck
Where he
yeah.
gets-
I love the Adam Sandler. He's awesome.
Yeah, that was
it's
right
like
before
the
Dick Suckers.
Yeah, Dick Sucker starring Peter North.
Corey Chase. Peter North.
Peter North and Corey Chase.
That's
Talking
awesome.
clock suckers.
I was saying Clock Stoppers. I had to look this up. What the fuck is Clock
Oh
Stoppers?
yeah, sorry. What's
Oh,
clock
so it's
stoppers?
step,
like
bro. I'm stuck in the clock.
The Time Machine video.
Okay, this
a
movie
good
has
gimmick.
one
Hold on, tell us
star
about
in
Clock
it.
Stoppers.
what
It has
is the
one
movie?
star in it, and it's
What's the
French
movie called?
Stewart. You guys remember French Stewart?
What movie are we talking?
What is the movie
Clock
called?
Stoppers.
Clock
Yes.
Stoppers. Okay.
Yes.
Clock Stoppers.
Sure,
You remember
sure.
French Stewart? You remember that guy?
Who?
No.
Tony
French
Stewart?
French
Ricky
Stewart.
Rackman?
He was Inspector Gadget 2. He was also in Home Alone 4, Taking Back the House. You know?
Of
remember
course.
There was a fourth Home Alone.
Dude.
that? He was in
Move.
Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2. How do you not remember that?
Oh, dude, I do remember that movie. Was crazy.
All right, so it's basically Click, but a kid with a watch, and he stops time, and then
Oh,
French Stewart wants to
Click.
steal the watch.
With
What did you
Fat
think I
Adam
said?
Sandler.
What did you think I said?
I don't really know.
Clit?
I stopped listening.
The Click
There's a movie called
Taurus.
Clit with Peter North. Yes, that movie.
Oh, Clip with Fat Adam Sandler. Fat Adam Sandler
Click
dies.
Taurus.
That's a fucked up movie.
So
It's like
basically
that.
Clock okay, so yeah,
Little
Clock
fat
Stoppers
kid
was that-
dies?
Yeah. No, he doesn't die. Okay, anyway.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
Adam Sandler goes back to school
Oh shit.
to prove to Dad
Back
I'm
to
not a
school.
fool.
How many tomatoes does Clock Stoppers have?
Clock Stoppers had a budget of 26 million. It made 38.8 million. So
Oh, my
it made some money
question.
back.
Because he's got a real big frown on his face.
He's big.
William Regal comes out. It cuts back to the ring during Regal's shit, and it cuts back to the ring, and Brock Lesnar's here.
Brock jumps him, and Rikishi digs the Rikishi bump off a clothesline. And
That's all they want him to do.
immediately.
Yeah,
Like,
they said
right
take the
away.
Rikishi bump and take this F5 and go home, and
Yep.
that's what they did.
This is the one they put in the video game, that clothesline. That's
Yeah,
the
you're
one.
right. It is. It is. You're
yeah.
right. Which is awesome. A lot of the stuff from this time period right around here was in the video games. Like Here Comes the Pain and Shut Your Mouth and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Jim Ross says, "There's that fucker Paul Heyman."
Yes, fucking sleaze bag.
He called him a hemorrhoid on the face of life.
Damn.
Jerry Lawler goes, "Hemorrhoid." Yeah, Jim Ross had a point to prove here. He's
Fucking
fucked.
Jezebel Paul Heyman.
So Jazz is up next.
Oh, Jezebel.
Jazz is the WWF Women's Champion, and she's not even here. She's not even
You
at the
wouldn't know it
show.
because she didn't have the title.
No, she wasn't at the fucking show. She was at New York. Jazz says, "I'm waiting to see where the divas go." I'm like, "You're fucking waiting forever
Divas?
because it ain't happening now. You ain't
Yeah.
gonna see no damn divas tonight." And Jazz goes, "You know what? The people call me a bitch. If people want to call me a bitch, then fine. As the WWF Women's Champion, I'll be the only bitch appearing on both these damn shows." I was like, I like this.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's
all
pretty
right.
cool.
Dude, Jazz kicked ass. I love
Yeah,
Jazz.
hell yeah.
She was awesome.
Yeah,
they
she
had no
was
idea what to
fucking
do with
lit.
her, but she was awesome.
Which is crazy because she was just like, it's such an easy character to book. And I mean, they did her well for a bit, but she kind of fell off after a while.
And she had that cool music too.
She had, not only did she have cool music, but her attire was dope. It was way different than everybody else's, especially like later on, like 06, like right when
Yeah.
Jazz was about to leave, I think.
Yeah.
She had like the camo attire and stuff. That was really dope. I like
Bro,
that a
her
lot.
finisher was called the bitch lock. That rules.
That is fucking dope. So you want to call me a bitch? That's my finisher.
I'll lock you in the bitch lock.
So Vince McMahon does a draft pick. Vince McMahon says, "I
You
draft."
are an asshole.
You are.
Sorry. Gotta remind people that that's still happening.
You have to. I agree. Vince McMahon says, "I draft Brock Lesnar." I go, "Whoa, that's crazy." And
That's
Ric
pretty
Flair
cool.
walks out and goes, "It's not even your pick." And then Vince goes, "Okay, but you can have two picks if you let me get this pick." Then Rick says, "No, I draft Brock Lesnar."
Yeah.
Then Vince goes, "Yeah, well, I draft Mark Henry."
He says, I'll pick somebody that has every bit of potential that Brock does. Mark Henry.
was-
Whoa. What?
Yeah, he's looking into the silverback gimmick. He said, "Yeah, we're gonna do that."
Yeah. That's awesome.
So Ric Flair goes, "Yeah, well, I'm gonna draft William Regal, the European champion."
European heavyweight champion.
I love when they say that. I can fucking orgasm when I hear that shit. Vince then goes, yeah, well, I'm going to draft Maven so we get the hardcore division on SmackDown. And Maven's like, what the fuck?
And then they show Maven. One of the few people they show backstage is show Maven.
Maven, the hardcore champion, 24/7, by the way. So I don't know. Ric Flair should have just had William Regal beat him or something. Yeah. And Brock Lesnar do it. So Ric Flair goes, well, I'm going to draft fucking Lita. And then Vince goes, you drafted a woman? Oh my God.
You only drafted because you want to fuck her ass. Whoa, Vince, what the fuck?
What did he say? He said, you only drafted a woman because you're the vicious pig.
Yeah, what? He says, if you think you're going to lucky with Lita, and maybe you will, maybe you won't. What?
Not going to say what your chances are. They're 50-50.
You know, it is what it is. Damn, bro. Like, just bury. She's the first woman drafted in this thing, and Vince is just burying her for. She's awesome at this. Like, she just popped a crazy Rana on your show, almost broke her neck for you, and then she gets drafted, and Vince comes out and says, whore. No way.
And she's like one of the only women on the show with a kayfabe boyfriend, a shoot boyfriend that she's kayfabe boyfriends with. Vince, after that, goes, and also, if you think you're going to invade SmackDown, please watch SmackDown. I'll kick your ass.
Yeah, everyone will.
And then Ric Flair says, you are an asshole.
Lita was the last draft pick, by the way.
Yeah, she was. I mean, I guess they had to get the
Which is
divas in
awesome.
there. I thought that
should have
cool.
been like a big deal.
Yeah, well, Vince said it's a huge deal because you want to fuck her.
Because she's a huge Jezebel whore.
JR's about to let it go. He's not going to let it have it. I cannot believe you got the Jezebel.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
So we get Jim Ross has been holding it all show.
Fucking Jim Crockett rolling in his
He's been
grave.
holding it all. So he said, hey, you go to the top rope. You shouldn't even be able to go to the top rope.
Scientifically impossible for a woman to do that.
So we get Kurt Angle versus Rob Van Dam for the Intercontinental Championship. Kurt Angle's going to try to bring it to Raw or bring it to SmackDown
Which
because
is a good
RVD's on
gimmick.
Raw. Busted open by one of RVD's kicks because he just throws them bitches so stiff. It's crazy.
Listen, you either catch it or you don't. It's either what it is. What it is.
You better put your hand up on these, man. Tim White then gets up and he says, oh, fuck this. I'm throwing a match out. I don't care about this. And then Edge comes in and he attacks Kurt Angle. And I was surprised at how much they gave both of them here.
Edge comes in and he hits Kurt with a belly-to-belly suplex. I don't know if I've ever seen Edge do a belly-to-belly before.
It was good, too. I was like,
real
wow.
good. I was like, what the fuck?
It was awkward because he held him forever. I was like, is he going to be able to get him over? And then he did. I was like, this is awesome.
And then he goes for the spear. I think Kurt hit a big fucking German suplex on him.
Yep.
And then Kurt goes for the angle slam, reversed out of it, big spear, looked good. And then a bunch of refs come out and break it up.
How sweet was it when he dropped the straps after the German suplex and then Edge reverses it? Yeah, dude, that was so good. Wow.
It's clean, man. It's real good.
Yeah, he's just so fucking good.
A lot of people just hitting on all cylinders on the show, even with these short matches. Like, these are guys I should be watching.
These are the guys. Yeah, these are the top dudes.
And then there's the main event, which is good, but it's like, damn, like quality-wise, it's like, fuck, man.
These guys, these three seem like the bigger deal than the main, to be honest with you. Which sums up Triple H's
main was a big comedy
well.
match.
Yeah. Michael Cole catches up with Stephanie backstage and she says, I will become the undisputed champion.
Cool.
So apparently there was a stipulation for this match. If Stephanie was pinned, she leaves the World Wrestling Federation.
Forever.
Yeah, I guess I didn't catch that early on. I just heard it at the end of this match.
Yeah, it's I think, I don't know if she said it in the promo, but they do the Castrol GTX rewind where it shows Stephanie booking the triple threat match.
So we have Triple H versus Jericho versus Stephanie. Undisputed title is on the line just on this Raw. It's my time. Oh, that's my exact reaction when she came out. It's awesome.
Here comes your Jezebel, of course.
Yeah,
he really
JR
does say it. He says it
her,
multiple times on this fucking match.
Here comes the slutty, slut.
Here comes your milky whore bitch. That was a quote, direct quote.
Here comes from the star of Cock Clickers.
Oh, here comes that clock shucker.
Clock Goblin herself here, Stephanie McMahon. So Stephanie, Jericho, and Triple H are wearing SmackDown Here Comes the Pain attires.
Yes, this is the green Jericho gear, right?
Yes, the green Jericho gear. He's got the alternate Triple H black trunks.
Yes.
And Stephanie's got the slutty horse slut attire.
The Jezebel. God, why were they were so fucking mean to that girl, man?
They were so mean.
Why were they so fucking mean to that girl?
I mean,
she was annoying, but damn, dude, like she was just a bitch on TV. She wasn't sucking all the dicks in the building. Like let her live a little.
She played it off great though. It made her character.
Oh, it was.
So
I mean,
awesome.
like she took it like a fucking champ, but it probably sucked. Like,
it probably did.
It probably took a little bit to get used to.
I'm sure the paychecks probably eased the pain a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? You gotta.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I also wanted to bring up. I don't know if I guess eventually. Well, I mean, he did have the actual undisputed title, which in my mind doesn't feel right.
Like both of these joints.
He faces Hogan for the belt at Backlash. I'm pretty sure.
Wait. You mean like the
actual undisputed title, like the one that they come out with after this when they actually.
I don't remember him holding that at all.
He faces Hogan he's champion going into that, and he faces Hogan for it, and he has like the actual undisputed title, and it looks so weird to me just because I don't associate him with that title in the slightest. If you
ask Triple H, that's his title.
I'll try to find a picture of it for you.
I was playing the 2K15 joint. He goes, yeah, Triple H, he made the Hell in a Cell famous. Did he? Did he make that right?
Let me see. I'll send. Oh, here, look
with this guy
in our chat. I like this. Just like doesn't him with
Which
his
one?
title.
Steam, Discord.
Discord is where you can find this one.
This is cursed. Don't delete.
It doesn't look so weird.
This is cursed. Yeah, this is fucked up.
Oh wait, here's the picture of him. The shot for the
Oh yeah, this is cursed. Yeah,
that's so weird.
It is weird. He actually looks super dope with the 2 titles though.
The 2 title look is so sick, and that's why I remember Jericho with too. But like,
did they introduce the undisputed title after the brand split? Is that when it came in?
I guess
I'm assuming so because Backlash is pretty soon. So yeah. And Hulk, I guess, goes back to this gimmick right after the show, like pretty much. He goes back to he goes back to that.
I guess he waits for the pay-per-view to debut that. No, because they have they
have it up
that,
there.
So.
Yeah. So he had
maybe
to do
just
it
on that
soon.
SmackDown, maybe. Yeah.
He's all right, brother. I'm coming back to do my thing. Okay,
dude.
Whatever. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, sorry for that sidebar.
I thought of him instead of putting them both on 2 shoulders, he puts the WWF title on top of the WCW one.
Oh hell yeah!
Fuck you, Ted.
Fuck you. Go to hell, Ted. You bitch.
So Stephanie gets into the match. She immediately tries to lay down and let Jericho pin her to win, but Triple H said, "No, that's not going to happen."
No.
So then
we get on my wife.
We get a commentary diatribe here, which is Jerry Lawler saying, "Hey, JR, have you been drafted yet? You better shut up." And then JR goes, you remember, you're right. I want you to do the JR voice for this part.
JR says, I haven't been drafted. I haven't been in the draft since Vietnam. And Lawler says, Lawler says that JR got shot at by both sides.
Both sides shot him.
That was a really good line.
Yeah, they had some really good stuff in this match.
You know, Lawler had that one in his playbook. He's just waiting to drop that line.
So Triple Bell, what?
The fuck, man?
That's awesome. Of course, Jericho and Stephanie can't work together too long because as much as they would like to work together, Stephanie just goes for the lion salt on Triple H, but misses, and Stephanie tries to pin him off.
She pins him and gets like a 2.5 count, like almost wins. Like not even just like a 1.
Jericho then locks in the walls on her. I was like, he's really going to win the match like right now. That's crazy. Yeah. Then Triple H breaks it up.
I was horrified when Triple H broke this up because it's the same exact motion to break this up that when he blows out his fucking leg.
Stephanie for the pedigree, but Jericho hits a missile drop kick to break it up. Jericho then goes to grab a chair in the championships. Hebner takes away the chair. Triple H gets his hands on one title. Jericho gets the other, and they hit each other at the same time for a double down.
as you do.
That's a good spot, man. I like that. That was dope. Stephanie then sees them both down, slides in and tries to pin Triple H, but he kicks out. Then she tries to pin Jericho. Then he kicks out too. And
anytime there's like they're teasing a lot that Triple H is going to hit this pedigree on Stephanie. They tease it a bunch of times, and every time this crowd is on fire to watch this man beat his wife. It's
they are ready to see.
They are so
Triple
excited.
H is ready. He's like, yeah, it's awesome.
They're like, wow, woo, yeah, beat that bitch's ass.
Stephanie then looks at Triple H And then she does the Stan Hansen hand in the air, pulls down the gimmick, hits the ropes. I'm like, what's she about to do? A big lariat to Triple H? And then Triple H clotheslines the shit out of her.
She fucking took her hat off.
Jericho then locks in the walls on Triple H, which leads to Stephanie jumping on Jericho. He slams her off. They treat this dude like a bitch every single week.
Triple H treated anyone that he was
every
intimidated
week,
by
dude.
like a bitch.
When I was a kid, I was
Yeah.
like, man, Jericho's the coolest dude ever. And then Triple H just fucking reamed him for a year. Just
Hell
beat
yeah,
the
dude.
shit out of
If
him.
he could
Yeah.
get away with it, he would trash everybody.
Dude.
It's just there was some people that were like, I mean, Jericho's really good, but there was some people that you just could, like Kurt Angle, he did that same shit too, but Kurt's just so fucking good, you just can't get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Triple H then hits the spine. Turns out she can only take back bumps. Sorry, buddy.
I guess so.
So the stipulation was if Stephanie was pinned, she leaves the World Wrestling Federation, so the referees come down and drag her ass out of the arena.
Forever, she'll never be back ever again, ever.
Crowd from under the ring. Triple H grabs the mic, and before he even gets a chance to do it, the crowd's going, nah, 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 nah. He's like, oh, yeah, hell yeah, let's see that real quick.
sounds
And
good to me.
Stephanie's backing up the ramp, being dragged, going, no, no. And that's how it goes off the air.
Stephanie played her part here perfect. She was great here.
It was
She really
great,
good.
yeah.
Then
This was a real fun show, though.
It was incredibly fun. But for some reason, I tried to go to WWF.com after this to see the draft lottery. Couldn't even fucking see it. Kind of weird shit. I don't know.
Well,
Don't worry, I got it for you if you want.
I was going to
good,
say, I
good.
also have it.
Play
but
it out for me, boys.
it's
See,
a-
I couldn't.
it's
you
a-
can
It's a fucking lot, though.
you can have SmackDown. I'll have Raw. How about that?
All right, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so it ends at Lita, number 20.
Yes.
So number 21 was Peter Grunner.
All right, and that's it for Raw March 20 whatever. We're out
was
of here.
actually-
Right,
it-
John Layfield.
Oh, yes. 21 was, of course, Peter Grunner, also known as Billy Adult Sr.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and then Raw had, as you said, Bradshaw. SmackDown got the Cruiserweight Champion Tajiri.
Why'd they do that
Raw-
off the show?
I don't know.
Huh, Maven, but not Tajiri.
Right.
Raw had Michael Manna.
Steven Richards. Oh, wow.
Oh, man, he did something with the baseball. I remember that.
And then number, I guess because, which is also weird because, like as you said, they were in the main event, so they couldn't get drafted. But Jericho is up next. How was they drafted Billy Kidman before?
Was the
before
draft
Jericho?
lottery random? Was it just a random pick, or did they actually pick them? Because Vince insinuated that he picked people for the draft lottery,
You would think it was meant. You would think it was them picking it.
but it says lottery.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. Maybe it was.
Oh, you know what?
Vince,
That's
but Vince insinuated on the show that he was going to pick some mean dudes in the draft lottery, but it's called the draft lottery.
yeah. I don't
So,
know. I'm
I
gonna
don't- I really
in
don't
my
know.
mind because it's funnier. I'm gonna assume that he picked Billy Kidman first over. Chris
I
Jericho.
think so too.
Okay, yeah, he did. Raw had Matt Hardy next, 26.
Ivory is the next SmackDown pick.
Raven was 28.
Albert is up next for.
Was he just
SmackDown.
Albert?
He was just Albert. Yeah, I don't think he's.
Jeff Hardy is number 30.
And then the Hurricane, which I think is just the Hurricane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Perfect 32 to Raw.
Al Snow.
Who do you ever beat?
Who do you ever bump? Who do you
What
ever
is
draw
a
for?
finish? Number 34 to Raw.
What is a
Spike
draft
Dudley. Little Spike Dudley. Oh,
Oh,
Lance
nice.
Storm, number 35.
You better recognize number 36 to Raw, D'Lo Brown.
Is DDP's shoot last name actually Falkenberg?
Why do they put shoot names up here?
It's just I don't know. I guess because this is just Wikipedia I'm reading off
No,
of.
his last name is Page.
No, his first
Oh,
name
yeah.
is Paige, actually.
His first name is Diamond.
Middle name Dallas.
DDP number 37.
Number 38, Sean Stasiak.
Number 39, Tori Wilson.
Number 40 to Raw is Terry Reynolds.
Which of course
Terry
is
Funk.
next is Scotty Duhati.
Of course.
And then to Raw is Jacqueline.
It goes Tori, Terry, Scotty, Jacqueline, and then Stacy. What the fuck happened
Stacy,
here?
43 to SmackDown.
Yeah.
And then Goldust to Raw.
Christian to SmackDown.
Trish Stratus to Raw, number 40.
You're fucking Stacy got drafted before Trish. This has to be random. This has to be random.
No, you already
It's gotta
said what
be.
it
I think
is.
you were right, James. This is a
said-
lottery.
You said
This is a
what it
lottery. You're
Yeah,
right.
it's got to
what
be
it
a
is.
lottery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Test is up next for SmackDown.
48, Justin Incredible.
49, Farouk Nation.
50 is the big boss man.
51 is Taz, brother. Peter Sardecha.
He was on the show, got drafted like 50th.
He's 51. Yeah.
They said on the show.
They
Yeah,
talked
dude,
about
they
it on the
did.
show. Yeah, they're like, he's
The
gonna
whole
be a hot
match was
draft
about
pick.
them being the perfect pick. Mr. Perfect was 32, and he lost that match.
Oh,
Taz is
fuck.
51.
And Mr. Perfect was drafted before him? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. All right. Taz 51,
Yes.
and then Tommy Dreamer 52 on
The
Raw.
innovator.
Why would the innovator of wrestling be drafted so late?
That's what I'm saying,
That's
bro.
crazy. That's fucked up, man.
I'm glad you accept that.
Yeah, that's
Hardcore
incredible.
Holly was next though, 53.
And then
For
52
SmackDown.
was Crash Holly, or 54 was Crash Holly.
Val Venus, number 55 for SmackDown.
Mighty Molly 56, and the final last draft pick of
Mr.
all time.
Irrelevant, Perry Saturn.
I love that dude.
Yeah. And then Triple H ends up on SmackDown. Jazz ends up on Raw after losing the title. Jericho ends up on SmackDown. Stephanie ends up on SmackDown, even though she
comes
She
back
ends
as
up
GM.
working
she
I
comes back
think.
as
somewhere
GM,
else.
right, or something like that.
Yeah, she comes back and it's a camera shot of her legs up to her ass. But
God,
hey, I'm back.
God bless, God bless.
John Cena said, I'm getting kind of fucking bricked up, honestly.
And then Stone Cold goes to Raw.
He eventually decided, I'm going to choose Raw.
Oh,
He
hell
decided home.
the Rock's back home.
They bounced it back and forth until they decided, we need the ratings on Raw. Let's get him on there.
Yeah, even though Vince's show is SmackDown in the draft, he still only likes Raw.
Well, I guess at the end, SmackDown beat the fucking shit out of Raw after this draft. SmackDown was 100 times more interesting.
Yeah, and
than
the
Raw
wrestlers
was.
actually wanted to put
Come on,
on
James. You know in the end, the winners are the fans.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
No.
True.
I
Winners,
saw
none
it.
of
I
us.
was there.
I was there.
We should have the I saw it moments.
I saw it. Day of live. I saw
I
it.
saw. I saw it at Chesapeake.
TPW live. I saw it.
That's our propaganda video.
I remember when Mutated Freakfish showed up. I saw it.
I saw it. I saw it.